Hello, everyone. My name is Katy, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everybody is having a great weekend. And look who I have with me here today. I'll be putting him on the hot seat directly, but first, let's talk about what it is that we need to talk about first. Okay, I have posted the next question, which is question number, oh my gosh,
46.
Number 5 or number 6? Let me look. Don't confuse me. I'm easily confused. It don't take much these days. I'm beginning. Let me ask you something. First off, are you I don't know if you're ADD or ADHD or neither, but something occurred to me today. You know, all the times I get distracted when people walk up to me and I have my keys in my hand and then I lay them down, and then hours later I'm looking for my keys and I can't find them because someone distracted me in the process. Or leaving my phone sitting at the cash register at the grocery store because somebody stopped and talked to me, or or leaving my wallet even sitting on the cash register.
Oh no.
Yeah, and walk out and get in the taxi and get all the way home and realize, uh-oh, my wallet's at the store.
Oh my gosh.
So I wonder if that is a attention deficit kind of thing.
You know, I'm not really sure. I definitely have had my brain fart moments and my very forgetful moments. I don't feel like I have ADHD or ADD or anything like that. I have moments of squirreling, and I do have shiny thing syndrome, which is when I see something shiny, it distracts me. But I don't feel like I have anything, ADD or ADHD related. I'm usually pretty even keel usually.
Yeah. Well, see, my son, Thomas, he has ADD, but he also has a learning disability due to all the health stuff we went through with him the first 6 years. And but my grandson, which is his son, has ADHD. But listen to this, Ian. I talked to him, I guess yesterday or day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how he had jumped 2 grade levels in math.
Oh, wow.
And he says, Grandma, they're calling me gifted. And that's the first time and it was the way he said it. It was like there's this mature child who's 9 years old in front of the video telling me, my teacher says I'm gifted in math. And it was it wasn't this hyperactive child you usually see. It was this calm, collected, kind of a little too mature for a 9-year-old.
Right.
About jumping 2 grade levels in math. I mean, so I'm hoping because this has happened, they will help promote that at the school. He's at what they call a gold star school, which means no student graduates from their school without being able to read and write. They really, really work hard to make sure kids stay on task, and because he was behind when Thomas moved to Georgia, and he was 2 grade levels behind in reading, and now he said he's in the upper part of the 4th grade level, almost close to 5th. So I think what I'll do this summer is I'm gonna send some books to him and see if I can find some, because he's a gamer like his dad. I'm gonna see if I can find some games that promote math and reading.
Definitely.
I'm sure there's some out there that you could do that with.
Oh, there are, for sure. I used to play Zoom Beanies when I was in middle school. It was a really fun computer game that came out, and have fond memories of playing that in my teacher's room at lunch. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun doing that.
Okay, so let me take care of a couple things here. First off, let's talk about my question of the day. And it's number 6. And this is the poll. When did Nikolai and Katy get married? So what I'm doing is I'm to kind of update you a little bit, Ian. I'm asking Greenland questions, and I'm also asking questions about me and Nikolai, and I'm rotating every other question. Okay, so option 1 is September 2009. Option 2 is January of 2011. Option 3 is February of 2010. And option 4 is August of 2011. Now, all these dates that you see do coincide with other things that has to do with me and Nikolai. But you got to figure out which one is the right one. If you can remember, me and Nikolai just celebrated something in January. So, you know. All right. The other thing is, let me say hi to everybody in the chat that is already here. I think Rita was the first one in here, I think. She says, geez, I hate those ads with loud music. And I'm like, what loud music? So I guess there was an ad at the beginning of this. Cindy says, hello, Katy, Ian, and everyone. Felicia says, good evening, Katy and everyone. Dubrovka, hello, hello. She says hi to you and me. And hello, Mona of Rip It and Sew. That one, that is 16. No. And Rita says, I am really not here. Yeah, you're not hiding from us today. All right. Now, I'm going to put Mr. Ian on the hot seat for a couple minutes. And Ian, tell us a little bit about yourself, because I do have new people in here that I don't know if some of them may not have found your channel yet, and I'll share your channel here in just a minute. Tell them about yourself, tell them about your channel, and whatever else you want to share.
Sure, absolutely. Hey, everybody, it's Ian, the Off Kilter Crafter. Hope you're having a great day today, everyone. I am a YouTuber, so I'm here on YouTube. You can find me at Off Kilter Crafter Ian, also on Instagram, a little bit on TikTok, not so much. But yeah, I quilt, I sew, and today I'm actually over at my friend Becca's studio. She's out of town teaching at the Holly Quilt Shop in Michigan, and since she was out of town, I figured I would come over and steal her space for a little bit and use her long arm to get some of the tops that I've been hoarding in a corner for a couple of weeks now, start getting them processed. So today I'm working on, I did this on my live stream for a couple of weeks. It's a Halloween kind of themed quilt. And today I'm going to be quilting that while we are chatting.
So Ian, what's new in your life right now? Anything that you haven't told anybody about, or something upcoming that you haven't mentioned that you wouldn't mind sharing? Anything new?
Well, nothing new per se. We have the Quilting Alaska cruise that's happening this coming August. So if people are interested in that, they can check out my website, offkiltercrafterian.com. Have a section for the Alaska cruise. We're going to Alaska with myself, Becca, and Tiffany from Tiffany's Quilting Life. Then in 2027, we wanted to announce this early so that way it gave people plenty of time to prepare for it, save up for it, make payments, do a payment plan, all that kind of stuff. But we're also going to be going to Australia, New Zealand. This time it'll be me, Becca, and Chris from Rose City Originals. So we're definitely trying to get everybody informed about those opportunities. They're going to be fun quilting cruises that we can't wait to have everybody join. We are really trying to push the Alaska one out right now because we are about to wrap up reservations. And if you want to be on board for that, you've got to let them know kind of soon that you're going to join us for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time on that. So got that. I have another one that is also in 2027. Not too many details I can talk about that, unfortunately, but it is going to be a land-based one. So it won't be a cruise. It'll be a land-based sewing retreat in a very entertainment-focused area. So very excited about that one that we're still working on, and there should be more information about that soon. And I did decide to go to QuiltCon next year. There's some question if I was going to go or not, but going to be going to QuiltCon next year. So if anybody's going to QuiltCon, I'll be there in Atlanta. And of course, Katy, one of the most important things is you're going to be on the podcast in the next few weeks. We've got Katy coming onto the podcast, the So Off Kilter podcast. So if you want to check that out on any of the platforms, including YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, all the podcasting places, look for her in the next few weeks or so. We're going to record our podcast this week, and I got to look back at the calendar to see when it actually releases.
Okay. Speaking of QuiltCon, if someone unclips my wings for next year, maybe I'll be there next year because my wings got clipped flying this year, and you know why. So hopefully things will settle, but I'm not holding my breath.
Yep, for sure. For sure.
All right. Are you starting any new projects or anything?
Not really. I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow on my live stream. My live stream 2 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, and I usually work on something, but I have no idea what I'm going to be working on tomorrow. I've got to figure that out this evening and tomorrow. I was going to work on my taxes today and just haven't even gotten around to that
Oh
either.
my God,
So
speaking
it's
of
been
taxes, I need to, for the first time since I've become a YouTuber, I got what is it, a 1099, whatever it is. And so
1099 miscellaneous. Yep.
yeah, and I haven't filed taxes in 14 years. So this is going to be
It's a thing.
interesting, especially because I file my own taxes anyway, and it's because they consider this self-employed.
Yep.
Yeah, so that means I can take a few things off in the process too. So I'm trying to, like subscriptions for Canva, and someone said I could take my internet off, but I'm like, how am I supposed to do that when, I live over here? So
that I'm not sure about. I know that there's ways to do it. I have no idea what they are.
Yeah, I don't either. And I'm probably just going to leave that part off and just use what I actually consider to be money I spend because of my channel, and I got a sewing machine and all this other stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I want to know if that shirt you have on is from Nightmare from Christmas or if it's from something else.
It is from something else. I got to stand up on my tippy toes because my camera keeps wanting to follow me. It like moves around as I move around.
I see it
so let's
moving.
see if it'll. Yeah. This is from, actually, I'd be interested to see if anybody from your audience knows who this is. This is one of my favorite, I'll put it this way. It is one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite
Nikolai
movie.
knows.
I bet Nikolai does know. I'm looking over at the chat. If you see me looking this way, everybody, I'm looking at the chat. I have it mounted up on the TV right now. So if I happen to see anybody put up a guess, I'll let you know. But it is from the Leica Movie Studios, which is a movie studio that does stop motion animation. And they are based out of Portland, or just outside of Portland, Oregon. And love their studios. They do amazing things. They also made Paranorman. They made let's see, Paranorman, Box Trolls, The Missing Link. Come on, why can't I think of all of them right now? A few others, but this one's actually Coraline. So this one is the button eyes. She's got the button eyes. Yep, Coraline. I see it. There it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So Yo Petty G's got it right, and Jean's got it right. But yeah, Coraline is my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, and especially in from Leica Studios. I love it. Why my iPad just turned off? So I just lost all of my chat and everything. Dang it! Let me turn off the things.
Put a power cord on it if you have.
Oh, it's got a power cord, but I've got it. It times out after 15 minutes, so I've got to turn that off while we're. Yep, exactly. So I'm going to turn that off so that way I can have the chat on.
Well, that sounds okay. So let me come back over to the chat again because we have more that's drifted in. Hello, Shell Fisher. Welcome. She says hi, Mr. Ian. Or no, that was Mona that said hi, Mr. Ian.
Hello.
Cheryl says hi to everyone. Felicia, she says hello, Ian. And there's Lee. Welcome. It's good to see you in here, Lee. Lee makes trains and train treks and things like that. So
very cool.
He has a really cool website. I mean,
awesome.
YouTube channel. Sorry. And hello, Patty G, and hello, Jean. Welcome.
Yo, Patty G.
And hello, Kathy. Welcome. Okay, I am going to spotlight my other camera because I'm going to check what we're going. I'm going to show you what I plan on work. Well, as you can see, Ian's going to be quilting.
Yep, I'm going to be working on this quilt while we're chatting today.
The other day, y'all watched me do several unboxings. And part of those unboxings had to do with cotton cuts. So we're going to revisit cotton cuts because I am going to do the cotton cuts color challenge block because tomorrow is the cutoff date. And I decided, let's do this. Let me show you how to do this. There are several ways you can do this. Katie's going to cheat. So as you can see, we have this color challenge card. And remember, I told you that on the back, you can color it. And I'll probably color mine off of camera later, or I might color it if I finish this block soon enough. Maybe I'll do it while we're online. Okay, so on the front is a block. And basically it just has color 1, color 2, color 3, color 4. Okay. And then it tells you what size squares you need to cut. Now, having said that, since I already know what size these squares are going to be, I used my trusty little, because I'm going to show you guys about this triangle paper, because some people want to learn about it. And I have back here in the back of my planner, I glued it into my planner actually, so I wouldn't lose it. Fat Quarter Shop provides something called the half square triangle cheat sheet for quilt patterns. Okay. And yes, we have cotton cuts going on here and Fat Quarter Shop going on at the same time here. Okay. So it tells me what size squares I need to cut for half square triangles. And I go down to where that particular size is listed, and it tells me what the unfinished size of the block will be and what the finished size of the block will be. And hang on a minute. Can you hand me that roll of paper? I forgot to grab it. It's right there on the ledge, right in front of you. Thank you. Okay, so this is how you use this paper. If you know what size square you need to cut, and you're going to have a zillion half square triangles, and you want to save time and not have to draw lines and other things, this is a great way to go. I love using these. That's why I have them. So I go down to the size square I'm supposed to cut. Then it tells me the unfinished and then the finished. These half square triangle papers will all say the size of the square or the size of the half square triangle in a finished size. So if you know that you have to, let's give an example. Let's say you have to cut 1 3/8 inch squares. Okay. That's going to give you 1 inch unfinished half square triangles, 1/2 inch finished half square triangles. And this whole chart, and it even tells you if you want to use half square triangle paper, it tells you which one to buy. And even gives you, like this one says H050, 1/2 inch finished triangle paper. And you're thinking, well, wait a minute, if I'm starting with a 1 3/8 square, why is it only going to finish to 1/2 inch? Because you are making each of these squares here gives you 2 half square triangles. And so that's why you have to make a bigger block, because you're going to put a diagonal line down the middle so that you know to sew a 1/4 inch on each side. This paper here, when you lay it on top of your fabric, and I'll show you what I mean, you sew on the little dotted line on both sides, and then you cut down the center so that you can have 2 half square triangles. So what I'm going to do tonight is, there is a lot of half square triangles, but these are divided up in several different colors. And I'll show you how sometimes I do these. Sometimes I just want to hurry up and get the half square triangle part of it, because I don't know about anybody else, but I really hate drawing lines. I really do. So, all right, so now that you've seen the paper and this half square triangle cheat sheet, I will post all this information in the comments section below the live after the live tonight. You will also find it in the description box because I didn't put it in there tonight, but I will make sure it's in there. So, and how to go get it from the Fat Quarter Shop if you want to use, even if you don't want to use the paper, here's the advantage of this cheat sheet. It tells you if you're cutting this size, you should have this size for unfinished size and this size for finished size. And having this little chart will help those of us who struggle with understanding half square triangles. How do we know what size that's going to be? Because it tells you right here. So that's a really good thing. All right, now, so here's how you use this paper. I'm going to be making 4 half square triangles with these 2 colors, the purple and the green. Okay, and what you do is you cut 4, 4, which you see is I have this paper here. I've already cut it. Then you take your fabric and you turn it face to face. Then you put your paper on top just like this. And then I like to pin it. Now, if you're not a pinner, you don't have to pin it. But this is how I always do everything. I pin, 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 pin. And then you pin it on here. And then I'll bring the paper up closer for you to see. And I'll show you the lines that we're going to be sewing on. And see this, I like this a lot of times. See this block has 16 half square triangles in it. So, that's a lot of triangles to have to draw lines for. And I just absolutely don't like drawing lines. So this is why I decided to take the shortcut. What do you think about that, Ian?
I like triangle paper a lot. Like, it really has done a wonder for me. That's how I made my mini for my QuiltCon swap partner. And I made a whole, I actually made 2 mini, but I was glad I did it that way, of half square triangles, because it knocked the job out, and because they were small, they were like 2.5 inch half square triangles. And if I had wanted to cut that and done that by hand, it would have taken forever, cutting off the dog ears, all that. So the triangle paper, oh my gosh, it made it so much easier.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if you're only making like 2 half square triangles, it really doesn't warrant the idea of using the paper. But like I said, this block has 16. And even though they're divided up in different colorway, because of the way I'm going to do this, it still saves me time, because like Ian said, it keeps you accurate for one thing. And no, I'm not trying to be perfect here. Nope. That's not what this is. I strive for consistency. That's what I strive for. And a lot of times when you use these papers, it helps keep you consistent, because you're making this, as long as you do what it tells you to do on the paper, there's no way you can go wrong with it. Not really. All right, so what I've done is I have green and purple white. You saw me here do. Then I also have a set that's going to be purple and pink. And we'll talk about this fabric after I stop sewing it. And then another set is going to be green and pink. Well, if I can show it to you anyway. There we go. So green and pink. And the other one is going to be purple and light blue. Okay, and the reason I mentioned about the unboxing that we did, I think it was either Thursday or Friday, one of those 2 days. This fabric is from the unboxing. The half square triangles are from the unboxing. And of course, the cotton cuts, these fabrics right here came from my Classic Cut box subscription. Okay. All right. Got that out of my mouth. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is let me mention this one more time. I'm going to put it up close to the camera. You have to sew on this dotted line. Now it gives you arrows telling you to sew down, sew up. To me, it doesn't matter which way you sew, because it doesn't matter. But you can follow the directions it tells you to do, or you can just do you. It's up to you how you want to sew this. Now, once you get both sides of this done, then what you're going to do is first you need to trim this down, get all the excess off the sides. Then you can cut it in half on the solid line, and then you cut it on the diagonal on the solid line. And then you'll have 4 half square triangles for this set. Okay. Now on your sewing machine, let me show you what I use for a foot. I discovered that when you're using paper, sometimes certain sewing machine feet don't like the paper. But this particular foot right here, come on camera, focus. There we go. Well, still didn't focus well, did it? So anyway, this is an open toe foot from my Janome 6700P. And I like this foot because it has nothing here in the middle to keep me from seeing the line. And because it has this really slick bottom on it, when it slides across the paper, it doesn't get hung on the paper, if you understand what I mean by that. So it's a really simple foot. But I'm not telling you to go out and buy this foot. You should have something similar sitting in your sewing machine kit. hopefully. Definitely don't try using the 1/4 inch foot that has the guard on it, because it will tear the paper.
For sure.
It looks like we got some more that came in. Hello, music. Welcome, welcome. Bud Files came in. Hello, how are you? Hello, Andrea. Hello, Denise. Denise is saying hello, Katie and Ian and everyone. Let me see. Okay, I think that's off right now. All right. If you just strolled in, don't forget to do the poll, because that does matter. All right, I'm going to go ahead. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do all of them at once, and then I'll show you again. I'll spotlight the camera and you can watch me cut these, and then we'll get on with making this really cool block. All right, Ian, what colorway are you doing for cotton cuts for the PMQ?
Which one? Which one? Which PMQ?
You're doing more. Oh, I'm the new one, Field of Dreams.
Oh, so I Cotton Cut sent me Dear Diary for that one, and then I went ahead. I couldn't resist it because I wasn't going to be able to do the Tula. I went ahead and did the Tula colorway as well. So I personally ordered with my own money the Tula colorway, and then Cotton Cut sent me Dear Diary.
I am doing Lullaby. I wanted to do the other one, but I just can't get it into my budget.
I get it.
Story, I think it's called Storyteller or something. It's the one that's real bright and happy.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that one too, but it's just not in my budget.
Yeah, I get that. Trust me, when I saw that I didn't get the Tula one, I was like, oh well, maybe I can do one without Tula this time, and then I just couldn't resist. So
I'm really frankly surprised you didn't buy the dragon fruit so long from Fat Quarter Shop.
Well, I didn't buy it, but somebody peer pressured Becca into it, and she kind of gave up on it. So I inherited it, and I will be working on that.
She gave up on the dragon fruit so long?
She did. She did. She wasn't into it.
It's not that hard.
Well, it's not that it wasn't hard. She's got so much going on, and there's so many other projects that she wants to work on.
Oh, God, yeah.
That she was like, you know what, you love Tula, and I'm just never going to get around to working on this. She did it on a live stream. She started in on the first month, but then just we got busy and was like, you know what, you like Tula, so I'm going to give this to you to work on.
Where are you
I have it. I haven't touched it. I have so many projects and stuff going on. I haven't even touched it yet. So it's sitting there. I will work on it, but I just haven't gotten to it yet.
I signed up for it because I'm making it for my oldest granddaughter.
Nice.
But I was a little apprehensive because I'm not a big Tula fan. I mean, I look for Stardust stuff, but outside of that, not the rest. But turns out that some of the rest is kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
Especially with the way they're using it. It's just it works.
Yeah, I like her. I like all of her stuff. Some of it speaks to me more than others sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And I know my granddaughter will love it because she likes K facet fabric.
Yeah.
And some interesting things have been happening in my family. You've heard me talk a lot about my oldest daughter being the artist in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And that she was showing that tendency at 3 years old. And it had, grown exponentially from there.
Yeah.
Turns out that my oldest granddaughter by my youngest daughter, along with Lynette, my oldest daughter's my youngest granddaughter, and Lynette's only daughter, and she's 6, and she's already showing the same artistic tendency that Lynette did at such an early age.
Yeah.
And it looks like between the math wizard and the the art stuff is going to be pretty cool. And I got some really great news. You know, when I talked to Kristen last, she told me that Abby was thinking about dropping band when she starts high school, because I can't believe it. She starts the 9th grade in the fall.
That's crazy.
And, I know, she's my oldest one. And but then the other day, Kristen and I were talking, and she says, Mom, Abby signed up for her 9th grade classes. And guess what? She didn't drop band. So she's going to do band and art at the same time. And I am so happy to hear that, because that means that she's going to get to use 2 different parts of her brain.
Yeah.
Which would be great. Because music and math, you know, music's math. And,
exactly.
Art to a point is also math. So, you know, it'll help make her stronger in that department. Because girls, I don't know if you know this or not, but girls struggle with math.
Yep, they do. They do. And you know, it's funny because I'm dyslexic, and so math was never my strong point. I almost failed high school algebra. I had to take remedial math when I got into college. It's just never been yeah, it's just never been a strong point for me. And I'm never really great at it. But like things like geometry, I did better at, because I could see it and I could work with it in those forms. So yeah, I get it. I understand. Been there, done that. So
I know when I started going to college myself, you know, I was in my early 30s and raising kids at the same time. And when they tested me and they're like, do you know that you're going to have to start at the bottom? And I'm like, I could have told you that.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents moved us when Daddy got out of the Navy and we moved to Florida. We never stayed in one place more than 2 years. The whole time we lived in Florida. I mean, we lived all over the place in Florida, and we stayed in Florida all that time, but we never stayed in one place. So I missed out on geography classes. I never even had a geography class because we moved around too much. And then by the time I got into middle school, I couldn't do fractions. And that really sucked, because I had the first math teacher I had when we first moved to Lake City. I came home one day and I told Mom, I said, you know, how am I supposed to ever learn any math if I get a math teacher? When you walk in her door, she hands you 2 handouts and tells you to do it. She don't show you how to do it. She don't teach the class. She sits on her lazy butt and does nothing. And so a friend did my schoolwork that whole year in the 8th grade.
Yeah,
because I couldn't do the math. And then my dad was started going to college because he decided he wanted to work on a master's degree. And so he started out the college, and he spent a lot of time in what they call the individualized learning lab, working on math and stuff. And I had told Dad, I said, Dad, I'm never going to make it through high school if somebody don't help me learn to do fractions and stuff, because I just had no understanding of it. Because we moved around too much.
Fractions were so hard, and using imaginary numbers.
I'm sitting in and I'm sitting in a class where I'm like, what are you talking about? You know?
Yeah. I'm like, if they're imaginary numbers, leave them imaginary.
Yeah. So he talked to the learning lab out there and asked if there was an age minimal to use the lab, and that he would pay for it. And he says, and the lab says, you can bring your girls, because he brought all 3 of us actually, because all of us were suffering. Right. And you won't have to pay anything. So we spent a year going to the lab, and by the time I left that lab, I could do fractions and early algebra. But when you're away from school for 10 years and you go to college and they test you, you're like, I can still do fractions and decimals and things like that, but my knowledge of algebra really sucked. And I'm a visual learner, so anything that has prime numbers in it, any equations or anything like that that relates to prime numbers, I can't see it. And so so the first algebra class I did once, I went through it and had a B in it. But when I hit the 3rd level, oh my God, Ian. I ended up doing that class twice. I ended up doing pre-calculus twice. I ended up doing irrigation because that was part of my landscape stuff too, because of the mathematics crap in it. So
yeah,
I had
having to calculate slope, having to calculate all the things. Yep.
the water meter rule versus the water pump rule, and you know, and then make it, and you have at the end of the semester you have a senior project, and the project is drawing out an irrigation plan that actually works from point A all the way to the end. And mine wouldn't work. And so when I repeated the second go around, I had an aha moment. I'm like, oh my God, that's what this was about.
Yeah. I really enjoyed, I used to work at, I've actually worked in the science museum industry for, I don't work in the science museum industry anymore, but I worked in the science museum industry for 19 years. And I always enjoyed, one of my gifts is being able to take a very complex topic and be able to break it down into its pieces that are understandable for adults, teens, and kids, and be able to present it in a way, because a lot of times we're dealing with audiences that have all three in them. So we're having to, you know, translate what we're saying into pieces that everybody can understand. And I always appreciated, like, you never dumb down the knowledge. I hate the term dumb down. Like, I'm not dumbing down the knowledge that I'm presenting. I'm bringing it into bite-sized chunks that is accessible to those age ranges, so that way it makes more sense. Because if I'm talking about, let's say, 3D printing, and I'm talking about scaling a 3D print, either up or down or whatever, I start breaking it down into, like, let's think about scaling it down in 25%, 50%, 75%. Oh, wait, that also sounds like quarters that we have in our pockets. Let's talk about that. And 4 quarters make $1, which would be 100%. And like doing all of that to kind of help break down those concepts and make them a little easier to digest. And sorry, I'm distracted because I'm watching this. I love watching Panto's quilt out, because I don't know how the designers think about the directions that they need to go and when they need to, like, loop stuff and everything. And it's always fascinating watching it actually quilt out. But yeah, I kind of miss working in the science museum industry, because it was just so much fun, and we got to have some really great discussions, and we got to have a lot of fun educational moments. So in many ways I miss it, in many ways I don't. Just mostly like having to be on, if you will, every day that I was at work.
The thing is learning is not a one size fits all kind of thing.
Nope.
I mean, you've heard me say many times, I'm a visual hands-on kind of learner. And I'm also angle challenged when it comes to making quilts. It's not unheard of to see me flip something upside down, sew it in, and not actually see I did that.
Yep.
You know, and that's just, and other people, I'm a good reader, but if you put this stuff in reading, you can forget it, because I need to see it.
Yeah, visual learners. And that was another thing, was like being able to switch up my education style, which I still use today as an instructional designer. I have to think about the way different learners learn, and how can I target all the audio learners, the visual learners, all the learners, and be able to target those different methods and figure out what works best for everyone.
Let me catch up in the chat, because it looks like there's quite a bit of it now. Okay, hold on, you guys. I'm going to backtrack here, because I know I'm missing stuff. All right. Cheryl says, my grandson is severely dyslexic. Thank goodness they had a special class that helped him. He graduated on time. This is such a misunderstood learning disability. Yes, it is.
Yep.
And Raven says to Giovanna, and hi, Giovanna and Raven, welcome, welcome.
Hey, Joe.
She says, I just bought and applied the gel stuff. I must have missed something up here, Giovanna said.
Somebody get their nails done?
Giovanna's comment. Apparently I missed something she said. Where is Giovanna's comment? I missed a few things up here, looks like. Okay, one of the things I missed was Lee says listening as chilling, but not doing much on the train layout as a house hit feels empty, lost. Oh, I'm so sorry. He lost a dog last week and need to get back to work on it, but just not just don't have the get up and go at the moment. It'll be all right. Use pictures and things to help you through your grieving process, Lee. That's what I did when we lost Coda, because we had Coda for 11 years. And let me see here. Andrea says, so sorry for the loss of your fur baby. Everybody's saying they're sorry for that. And then Rita says, well, I stopped doing the drawing lines for half square triangles a long time ago. It just seems like a waste of time for me. Well, yeah, some of y'all, but with my eyesight, I need to see it. And then Music says, I use parchment paper or wax paper as my paper. It keeps the thread from sticking to the stitch. Okay, and we got that comment. See, I missed a lot up here, Ian.
Yep, you sure did, didn't you?
Andrea says, here. I'm watching on the TV as I edit. I will rejoin the chat later if I can. Rita says, I have never found girls to struggle with math. It's a known fact, Rita. If you go and look it up, you'll see there is a discussion about that. That dog is so cute.
For the person that lost their puppy, Bella says she's sorry too. Say hi, Bella. Say hi. Say hi to everyone. Yeah.
I can't find what, I don't know what they're talking. All right. Hey, Linda, Virus Cell Lady. She says, good afternoon, Katie and Ian, and on the chat. In and out cooking dinner. What's for dinner, Linda?
What are you cooking, mate?
And Giovanna says, I love math, but not math. Both my daughters love math. Grandkids also love math. Let me see. Denise says, that had nothing to do with moving. That was a bad teacher. It did have something to do with moving, Denise. We moved too much. That's why I missed out on so much math. Giovanna, how are you feeling? Giovanna asked, how are you feeling, Raven? Did it help you? And then Rita says, love algebra, and whether we think about it or not, we do use algebra almost daily. Raven says, not sure yet. It's only been 10 minutes. Hello, Lay Young. Welcome, welcome. She says, hi, Ian and Katy. Oops. Just got back from getting a manicure and happy to find y'all live.
There it is.
The ladies at the gas station said it hurts because we have a big snowstorm coming. I told them I am not that old. And Giovanna says, okay, a bit early to tell, Raven. Denise says, I figured out what was wrong with the directions on step 1 of the pillowcase project. And oh, that just jumped. Giovanna says, my problem at school was spellings. Mathematics is logical. Spelling is memorized, and being dyslexic, it was and is hard. Sylvia says, Denise, that is hard when directions are unclear. Yeah, wait, I have something to show you, Ian, in a minute.
Yeah, hold on just a second. Bella needs...
Unless you saw my pillowcases last night.
No, I didn't. Bella's got to go outside, so I'm watching her from the door. So I'll be back over there in just a second.
Okay. Giovanna says she writes to remember. I do too. We were talking about Arnica and Donnell's live. I don't know what Arnica is. Raven says we were talking about we were talking in Donnell's this morning. My neck was sore. Oh, gotcha. And then Linda says pulled pork on seed buns, French cut French fries, and slaw. Yum.
That sounds really good. When can I come over? When can I come over?
Yep. And let me know when you're going to come back, and I'll show you the pillowcases.
Come here, Bella.
I was having issues with my pillowcases last night from cotton cuts.
Come here, Bella.
Because the directions said to trim the what the hell is that called again?
She's standing 5 feet outside the door, just staring at me, looking at me like, what do you want?
Say, bring your behind back in here. That's what I want.
Come on. Bella, come on. Oh my gosh, you're ridiculous.
She's gonna make you go out there and pick her up.
I think so. I think she's taunting me, being like, come and get me. Come on, Bella. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me come out here, aren't you? Oh, here she comes. She saw me take 2 steps towards her, and she's like, oh, I better get inside now.
Yep, no messing around here. All right, let me show you my pillowcases.
There we go. All right.
Remember I told you that my Field of Dreams is Lullaby, and I
Yeah,
ordered the pillowcase kits.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Oh, I love that. That's pretty.
It's fantastic.
Very cool.
So I did the pillowcases on the live last night. So the first one, it took me forever because they were walking me through it because I couldn't understand. The directions look weird.
Well, this is the what French seam pillowcase?
Yeah, it's the French. Yeah, it's the burrito with the French seam. It wasn't about the
Never.
French seam. It was the directions about this flange here.
I can never do French seam pillowcases. I can't. It doesn't work in my brain, and I've never been able to do it.
Well, my brain was having trouble with all the directions, and finally,
Sure.
and because of the way the directions were written, like I said, sometimes you just can't read something and get something out of it. You know what I mean?
Yep, I do. I know exactly what you mean.
And you with dyslexia, it has to be even harder.
I mean, very much so.
I only have a mild form of dyslexia, and it usually rears its ugly head up when I'm tired.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a stickler about spelling and stuff, but I still put letters backwards sometimes, especially when you have like two vowels side of each other.
I've done it all. Trust me, I've done it all. Yeah. I even had that. I even had it. I don't know if I've talked about it on here or not, but I've even had it where I was in second grade, first grade, and literally the letters started to march off of the page.
Oh, I hate when that happens. That happens when I read books.
It's a weird thing. I was very confused. And imagine being in the first or second grade and having that happen, and you're like, what is happening here?
Yeah, what is going on? Yeah.
So it happens. It does happen.
And it's worse if it's material that's boring as hell.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I can't focus on, they want kids to read books, and and reading is a known fact that the more you read, the bigger your vocabulary becomes. But if they would let children read what is actually interesting to them, they might get more reading out of them.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Some of the stuff they make you read is so freaking boring.
I had to read stuff about the Civil War, and that's important. Like, that's really important stuff. And I don't think that I'm saying that that's not important, but as somebody with dyslexia, it was so hard for me to get through that information because, I knew it was important and I knew I needed to learn it, but trying to sit there and understand such a huge concept as I'm like trying to read, it was so hard to get through that kind of stuff.
When I was doing history in high school, it started with, I don't know how I ended up with the same teacher, because he also taught civics in the 8th grade. And I practically slept through most of his class in the 8th grade and passed with a D because it was so freaking boring. And I couldn't concentrate on reading any of it because I didn't care to read it. And it wasn't what I wanted to read about. Give me a horse book or a flower book or a science book, and I'm off and running. But that stuff, no. And then when I got into high school, and we had to take U.S. history, because you have to have, I think, two semesters of that. And so I slept through, and I had him again. So I slept like through almost 50% of the class, and then he hit World War II. And suddenly that was interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't necessarily, you need to learn all these stupid little dates. It was how World War II started and what went on. And, that's when I realized, when I moved here to Greenland, that when we were doing U.S. history and talking about World War II, Greenland was never mentioned in our class. Not once. Not about Denmark being occupied by the Nazis and Greenland being in the protection of the United States. I didn't know that until I moved here.
Yeah.
but I found it more interesting because it covered a whole gambit of things, you know, Japan and all those, that part of it. And
It's
so,
interesting to me because I learned more history as a theater major than I ever did in my
yeah.
history classes, because
And
I
then,
had, as a theater major, we had to get the proper clothing, like the clothing of the period. We had to get the
yep.
lighting, like as a lighting designer, I had to figure out what would the lights look like, what did lighting
Mhm.
look like back in whatever time period you're working with. So, you know, obviously they didn't have neon lights in
No,
the 1900s, you know, the early 1900s and stuff. So it's figuring out like, what does everything look like? What does everybody talk like? What is you want to know the coolest thing? I actually learned this last night on TikTok. Um, Voodoo dolls. Like everybody makes voodoo dolls to be this really scary, like, oh, they want to hurt you when they're stabbing you with the pins and stuff. And it's not that at all.
mm,
It's about like ways to mark the person who was healing them. It was a way for them to mark what they've tried.
yep.
And I was like, wait, what? It totally blew my mind
Isn't
on.
it interesting what misinformation does?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, wait, voodoo dolls were never a bad thing. They were a tool that the doctors would use.
Yep,
So
yep.
it was crazy. It was really interesting.
So you mentioned theater and stuff. When
Hmm.
I was going back to college, I was working on 2 degrees at the same time. I was
Hmm.
working on an AS degree in landscape design, and I was working on an AA, which is Associates of Art degree in fine arts, so that I could transfer as a third year student to the university. And you have certain requirements that you have to do while you're working on your AA that can transfer you over to the university where you don't have to take those classes again. And so you
Right.
had to have so many semester hours of particular things, like you had to have 2 semesters of English. You
Hmm.
had to have, there was electives, and in those electives, it needed to be a specific kind of elective. So I ended up doing US history from 17 something to 18 something. That was one of the requirements. The other requirement was I took a photography class, a theater appreciation class, a public speaking class, and I'm going somewhere with this. When and the teacher that was teaching speech, public speaking, he also taught theater appreciation. So I had him twice.
Hmm.
And he had us come to the college had a theater club. And so they
Yep.
did theaters every year. And I had never sat in a live play.
Yeah.
It was, I don't remember what it was to tell you the name of it, but it was so fun. I just really, really enjoyed the whole play. And one of these days, when I come to the States and I go through New York, this one's going to go watch a play
Good. Good.
because I never
Yeah.
got to see a, you know, big play.
Yeah. It's really, that was one of the things that captured me about theater, because like there's so many times that theater is literal magic. Like they literally
Mm-hmm.
can perform magic on the stage. And that's what I loved as a lighting designer, is I got to engage with that magic. I got to learn how to light a scene so that I could focus people's direction, focus their attention and distract them from whatever's happening over on the other side of the stage. Maybe there needs to be a scene transition or whatever, like ways that I could play with the light and make it even more magical and enhance that experience. What actually got me into light design was the musical Wicked. I saw the musical Wicked, and there's a moment at the end of Act One when Elphaba rises above the audience and above the stage, and everybody's down below her, and she's singing Defying Gravity, and all of a sudden these lights just come from behind her in this really cool pattern and everything. And it was in that moment I was like, I want to do that. I want to make that happen. And that's really what kind of drove me to start into the lighting design path.
That's really cool. All right, I
Yeah.
need to catch up on the chat again. Let me see. Giovanna said, my problem at school was spelling, mathematics, and logical spellings is memorizing, being dyslexic. Yeah, I think that's where I left off. And then Sylvia says, Denise, that is hard when directions are unclear. Giovanna says, I write to remember. Denise says, right you are. And Giovanna says, we were talking about Amica. Okay, I skipped that part. Someone said something to Bella. I must have missed something in here.
Oh, Bella's the puppy.
Oh, the puppy. Oh, got you. All right.
Yeah. Bella's the dog.
Okay. Debbie says she doesn't have any sound. Go out and come back in. Dogs are smart, says Giovanna. Raven says, Ian, your sewing room is visually appealing, especially the fabric organized by color.
Oh my gosh, I wish this was my room. I'm actually hanging
out. No,
I'm
jealous of that room too.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Hey,
I wish this
Joyce.
was my room, but it's Becca's.
Yep. Hey, Joyce JK. She says, hey, Katy Bugs and Ian and everyone will be lurking on and off. And they're telling her, Debbie, that they can hear. And hi, Connie, welcome, welcome. She says, hello from Louisville, Kentucky. Hope everybody is well. Giovanna says, pillowcases are easy. Well, it wasn't easy for me last night, but after I got the first one done, I blew through the second one, no problem.
Nice.
It was just my brain was having a roadblock last night. Yeah. Giovanna says, my brain reads faster than my eyes or mouth, so I can't speak out loud. I know that problem. Debbie says, I left and came back, all better now. Oh, good, good. I'm glad to hear that. And Giovanna says, our geography teacher would show us documentaries to learn. Denise says, the problem is they were referring to the flange as the flange trim. Yeah, they told you to trim the flange in half. They weren't saying to cut it said trim. I would cross out trim in that step. Yeah, so I cut it down the middle. That's why I have one flange skinny and one fat. Because I was taking it literally. All right.
I see Raven in there. She's got a comment that I ruined voodoo dolls for her. Sorry, Raven. I apologize that I ruined them for you, but finding that out was amazing. Like, blew my mind.
Okay, I'm going to show you the next step that I do when I'm using paper. Okay, before I pull the paper off of here, I have found something very interesting that works really well. Instead of pulling your paper off and then cutting your ears off, I fold my paper back first, and I pre-trim those ears off of all of my triangles. Then I pull the paper off. And the other thing I do, and hang on, let me clip this one, because I know me, I will forget to clip it and then tear the paper, and then I'll have to go back and do it. So I clip the ears off. The other thing that I do is I fold both sides of this on the seam. And the reason I do that is when you get ready to tear the paper, you do not want to tear the paper from either end because you can easily rip out the seams. So what I do is I tear it in the middle, tear it toward the outside, and then when you fold this one back, it should come right out. Now, sometimes, even if you do all of that, it doesn't. But see here, this came right off. And you don't have no paper on here. You already got your dog ears on, so it's ready for pressing. And I'll do all of them like that. Okay. Now I'll unspotlight myself again. What's this? We have a bazillion things here. The warning is only a 6-hour window. We'll see how crazy it is. Are you getting about to get hit by bad weather, Raven? And do you use earbuds? Do you use earbuds at all?
Oh yeah, I have earbuds. I'm using my AirPod Maxes right now because the long arm is really loud, and so I wanted to noise cancel it out, and also so that way y'all could hear me as well because I'm hoping it's cutting out the noise.
I don't hear any noise.
Perfect.
My question, I wanted to see if you can help me with the issue, or maybe give me an idea of what to look for. So I have Sony earbuds. They're noise canceling because I use them for flying.
Yep.
And they're Bluetooth, and because I can hook up to my phone with the Bluetooth.
Yep.
My laptop has Bluetooth, but I can't sync my earbuds with it. What should I look for?
You should be going into your Bluetooth settings, and then on your earbud, there should be a button or in the manual. And if you don't have the manual anymore, they're all posted online. So you should be able to find it that way. It should give you instructions on how to pair them to a computer, because there's usually some sort of button or combination that you can hold on your earbuds that will activate the pairing mode on them.
Okay, because I've tried and I didn't know there was a button for that.
Yep. Usually there's a button on my AirPods. I have two buttons that that are used for controlling like noise canceling, volume, answer calls, all that kind of stuff. And if I hold one of them down for a certain number of seconds, it activates the pairing mode in my headphones. And so then I can pair it. I'll actually, like if I'm on a flight or something, I can actually pair my headphones with the entertainment center that's in the back of the chair in front of me. So
yeah,
I can usually do that. I've also attached these to a laptop that's a PC, not a Mac, and stuff like that. So it's got to be some kind of pairing mode. I would go into your manual and find that button or combination of buttons.
See, I don't own headphones because headphones cause pain for me.
Sure.
They hurt the sides of my head.
Yep. I can't wear these for super long periods. I can get away with it for a flight, but after a while, these and the in-ear earbuds also hurt as well. So I get it. Been there, done that.
I finally found a pair of I have small ear canals.
I do too.
And finding the right earbuds is also an issue.
Yep. That's why I tend to wear these more often, is because they're over the ears versus in the ears. I'm going to a concert at Red Rocks in at the end of April. And my friend who goes to a lot of concerts, he's like, okay, we're gonna get you a pair of loops to help bring the noise decibel down, so that way I'm not damaging my hearing, but it's clear enough that it's also not muffling the music to be like, you know. So I'm excited to try those out for the first time. So
those little Sony earbuds, you know, I can crank up the music. You also get a warning on the phone that says you have your music too loud, but with the noise canceling, the music sounds really good with the noise canceling.
I know.
When you turn it off, it's like, oh my God, that just hurts my ears, you know?
I know. I definitely play my music too loudly. That was relating this back to the entertainment industry. It's funny. We're talking about like going deaf from noise, too much noise exposure and stuff like that. There are so many technicians in the entertainment industry, theater, concerts, all that kind of stuff, that have hearing loss because they've been exposed to loud noises for a majority of their life. So it's a thing.
They've got 15 to 30 inches of snow.
Oh, wow.
That is a lot of snow. Guess what we got going on outside? We are being hit by a bitter rock right now.
A what?
A bitter rock.
What is that?
It's similar to what Alaska calls what do they call it in Alaska? It's where the wind comes from the north like a hurricane, only it lasts for days.
Oh.
The indigenous here call it the snow eater or the snow mover, because it literally can move an entire pile of snow that's been piled up 10 feet in the air and move it somewhere else, like on top of our house.
Oh no.
Like in 2012, in March of 2012, it buried the whole 3 sides of my house. When you opened the front door, all you saw was this wall of ice.
Oh my gosh.
Back door, you couldn't even see out the back door. And I could only see this much at the top of the windows on this side of the house and on that side of the house. And the bitter rock lasted 6 days. And on the day that it finally stopped, I heard someone tapping on my bedroom window. And when I went walking in the bedroom, there's eyeballs looking at me.
Oh my gosh.
What the heck? And I said, hello. And he says, and he talked to me in English, and I realized who it was. It was Stone, which is one of Nikolai's uncles, I think, or something.
Oh, okay.
And he says, are you all right in there? Yes. Do you have plenty of food and heat? Yes. He says, do you want to get out of your house? Yes, because I
Yes.
had a dog that wouldn't go to the bathroom in the bathroom
Oh no.
for 3 days. She held it.
Oh no.
And you could see she was in misery. I
Sure.
finally coaxed her into doing it in the bathroom on newspaper. Because I couldn't get out the door with her.
Right, right.
Good thing it wasn't a big dog. That would have really sucked.
Yeah, no kidding.
But he spent the whole day digging a tunnel to the front door so that I could get in and out. And then I got out there with a shovel and helped him dig a big path so that we could get in and out.
Goodness.
But when I saw the front of my house, I was like, oh my God. No wonder my house was so warm. It was
right.
snow.
Yeah.
But that was my first taste of a bitter rock.
Oof. Goodness gracious. I've never heard that term before. So that was
what they call them in Alaska. There's a name for them in Alaska, which is it means the same as what this means. Bitter rock just means a wind from the I know you've experienced nor'easters, haven't you?
So since I've moved here, not like a bad one. I definitely have experienced some like cold and some wind and stuff like that, but nothing terrible as of yet. We got I'll tell you what was terrible was getting snow / iced in because we had about 3-ish inches of snow and then 2-ish inches of sleet on top of that. So like you couldn't shovel the snow because the sleet was on top of it, locking it in. So it was like it was crazy. Never experienced anything like it. And just the other day, I think it was Thursday, I think it was, the high was 75 here and it started snowing because the temperature dropped all day and it started snowing at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's crazy.
Our planet is a bit angry right now.
It's interesting times for weather for sure.
Yeah, the ice cap. I hate to think how much ice melted from because we had So here's how the weather's been here until about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks maybe now. October, November, December, and about 3/4 of January was sitting at 45 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
So that means nothing can freeze.
Right.
Period. And to top that off, any little bit of frosting the snow that would happen, it would melt right away because a wind would come from the south and melt it all. So we had like 2 times where it snowed a little bit, maybe about 1 inch of snow, and that was it. And it's freaky because you're used to getting bitter rocks in October, November, December, and January, and there's no bitter rock.
Right. That's crazy.
So, yeah. And so that it
Bella, you're gonna get stepped on.
It wasn't just us down here in South Greenland that was that warm. It was warm all the way up to Ilulissat, which is pretty far north. It's north because we're south of the Arctic Circle where I live.
Right. Yeah.
And Ilulissat is north of the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
So that means that entire ice cap on the west side of Greenland didn't get any kind of snow on it, and it was exposed to all that warm wind air.
Crazy.
So I hate to think how much of shrinkage we're going to see this summer.
It's an interesting world for sure right now. Weather-wise.
Let me see here. We got more. Giovanna says it is something like the wind in the desert that moves the sand in piles. Yep. And then Giovanna says, my dog would pee on a pee mat if I couldn't take her out. I don't have pee mats. I never thought to teach my dog how to pee in the house because she was.
You didn't think you were going to need to.
Well, yeah, exactly. little dogs are a pain in the butt with house training. And it took me a long time to get Ichi where she would go outside because she wanted to do it inside. And she was such a sweet little dog. I brought her with me from Florida, and she passed away in 2018, I think it was. Or was it 27? It was 2017, I think. One of those.
Yeah.
Looky here. I peeled paper off here before I clipped the tips off. Oh, that's clipped. That one's clipped. That one is. Okay. It's these ones that I forgot to clip.
Oops.
This is what happens when you're distracted.
I know. People always ask me, like, on live streams, how do you sew and chat at the same time? And it's like, it's a talent that you can learn, because I've had to, you have to, on YouTube, we can't do things like play music in the background or cover up silence with, other things. So,
yep, I agree with you on that one. Shrinkage of ice, Denise. Bella needs a baby snuggly carrier, Ian.
Really, she really does. She really does.
I'm kind of wondering what kind of tourist season we're going to have this year. I haven't talked to my boss yet to see how many cruise ships we're supposed to get. But one of those cruise ships that's coming in August is going to have a quilter on it.
Oh, nice.
But I personally know who she is. And so we're going to do something together. Hopefully I'm not having to work that day, but you never know. I think she's going to be on I have to look and see which cruise ship she said she was going to be on. Because sometimes the really huge, big American cruise ships, some of them don't hire the locals to do the tour guiding. They use the ones on board. But I think that is going to end up changing because the Greenlandic people are like having none of it.
Yeah.
If you're going to come and drop your anchor off our port, the locals should be the ones doing the tour guiding, not someone you hired on your ship that knows absolutely nothing about Greenland.
Are you going to go to the eclipse next year, or is it this year?
There's one in August, and I think we're going to be able to see it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
It's in August. This year. It's August something, which means we should be able to see it because we'll be. Let's see. We'll probably still be sitting at around 17 or 18 hours of daylight in August, so we should be able to see it.
Yeah, because it goes down from. It'll reach all the way down to Portugal, I think it is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a lot of places will be able to see it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I missed out on the lunar one, which I could have seen at 6 a.m. in the morning because I would have stayed awake long enough to go outside and see it. Right. Problem was we were in the middle of a bitter rock blizzard, which means we were getting snow at the same time we were getting a bitter rock.
Yeah.
And so for 2 days, that's what kept Nikolai from coming home when he was supposed to.
Yep. I'm excited. I'm not going to be able to do it now that I'm going to Australia, but there is a total solar eclipse that's going to happen in 27 in Egypt. It's going to be one of the longest total solar eclipses. If you are in the totality zone and in the center of totality, you will have up to 7 minutes of totality, which is unheard of. Like, it typically is 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes if you're lucky, but 7 whole minutes of totality is crazy.
Giovanna, Becca is in Michigan teaching what kind of class?
She's teaching an EPP class.
An FPP, right?
EPP, English paper
EPP,
piecing.
English paper piecing. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Giovanna asked that. Hello, Nifty. Welcome. Let me see if I missed anything. Don't forget to do the poll, you guys. And when I give the what time is it? We're about 44 minutes away from me giving the answer. And the reason I'm telling everybody, if they don't know the answer, they can find the 2-hour mark to find the answer, or right around the 2 hour. Has anyone seen my bot advertising the form for this questionnaire thing? Because you know what? I didn't have it. What's this about? Oh, no. Oh, I know what that is. Never mind. Because I put it in the bot last night. Hang on a minute. I need to look. Anyway, I put the form here. Here's the deal. I put the form up. And there's going to be there'll be a total of 25 questions by the time we finish this. Bear with me for a minute. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and access the form, all you have to do is you should be able to, anyone should be able to just type exclamation trivia, because that's what I'm calling it. And this should share the link. Let's see if it shares the link. Okay. I talked to Sean last night and I said, can I add to the form as people are filling it out? And he thinks that I can. So I want those of you who want to, because I know some people want to do it as the questions happen. Put the answer in. So make sure you put the correct answer in. Otherwise, you won't get put in the drawing. And Raven says, I know the answer. I think it's the 15th of the month. Anyway, if you want to fill it out as we go along, you're welcome to, and hopefully I can keep adding to the questions on the form. And what I decided to do was put the question in there, and I left a place where you can just type in the answer. I thought that was the best way to do it, because all I want is the right answer. The poll is not going to penalize you if you get it wrong. There's no penalize for that. You just need to give me the right answer in the form itself. Denise says, how long do the folks on the ship stop in Greenland on average? It depends. It depends on the cruise ship. Some cruise ships will stay 5 or 6 hours, while other cruise ships are only there for like a couple of hours. It just depends. Now every now and then, one cruise ship might come in the night before and drop anchor. And some of them will come on to land, usually just to wander around, because we don't work when they come the day before. So what I've done is I've trimmed off all of the dog ears here on these squares, and I am going to be pressing all my seams open. Y'all seen me do this many times. And then I'm going to take it to the iron. Ian, are you listening to music as well? No.
Nope.
He's just wearing headphones to keep noise out.
Because the long arm is really loud. And so I tried to, I usually will put headphones on so that way I can hear music or the conversation that's happening, whatever is going on, and not have the long arm in my ear the whole time.
Okay, now we have the paper off all 16 of these. I just need to finish doing the first pressing. Ian, I'm going to take these over to the iron real quick. So if someone says something in the chat, will you let me know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know you're paying attention to that long arm.
I am. Yep, I'm back and forth between it. It's going pretty well. I broke Becca's scoop foot accidentally. Yes, she knows. Yes, everything's okay. No, I'm not in trouble. But I have the popping foot on, the rework foot, and I don't realize how much the don't fall. How much the scoop foot helps to kind of move the stuff out of the way, like make sure that you don't get any pleats or ripples or anything into the quilting. So it's not as clean as I would like it, but I really just wanted to get these things done. get these tops done. So really wanted to get them quilted up, and so I'm just going with it.
Goodness, Ian, I am so spoiled by batiks. When I work with cotton, you know, with batiks, when you press them open, they with your finger they'll stay.
Yep.
This button doesn't do that.
Nope.
It's like I have to take all of them to the iron to get that part of it done.
Yep. I usually use so much best press on them, it's crazy.
I can't use starch because of my lungs.
Oh yeah, fair.
And I can't get it also. That quarter shop used to would ship it, but not anymore.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Bella. Oh, you're such a wiggle worm. You're such a wiggle worm, Bella.
Your pamper pet were telling me, Ian.
Yeah. You're such a wiggle worm. I keep holding her like a baby, and she's like, no, I want to look at things.
All right, wake up.
Sylvia, I am holding the pup right now because she is following me around. She had been hanging out in the chair, but I stole some of Becca's cookies, and she saw me eating and was like, ooh, what are you eating? Can I have some? I want some. Feed me. Feed me now.
Bonnie says, hi, Katie. I'm waiting on my iron to wake up. I just got back from seeing Becca and Mary, and oh, she lives over there. And Alicia had such a great time. And no, I didn't do the classes, unfortunately.
Oh, well, at least you got to see Becca and Mary and Alicia.
It looked like they were having a good time on the live last night.
Yeah, they sure did look like they were having fun, didn't they?
So, the girl with the dark hair, is that Becca's sister?
Yeah, that's Alicia.
Thank goodness gracious, they look similar.
Don't they? Yeah, they look really similar.
Her sister reminds me of the younger version of Becca.
Mm-hmm. They get that a lot.
People used to would say, you look just like your mom, talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Guys, an important tip, if you're ever working with a long arm, don't forget you can bring the long arm to you. Don't go to the long arm. So much easier when you don't have to hunch over and try to put stuff where it needs to go.
I wish I could have a long arm.
I'm gonna be spoiled. Like, I'm so spoiled living so close to Becca and having access to one. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I move.
Are you moving?
Not anytime soon, but like, this isn't forever. I'm not gonna be in this area forever, I don't think.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. I really don't.
I have Greenland.
No. No, I don't think so. I don't know where I want to move, but yeah, I don't know. Where do I think I want to start it back here. I just had the thread break, so I'm going back and trying to find where I want to start it back up at again. Okay, so if I go right here, I think if I go right here, it should work.
Can you also do free motion on that?
Yeah, this one's free motion as well. I don't do free motion. I don't do free motion, so that's not something I'm really interested in doing. Yeah. And I just don't have the talent for it either. So there's that.
One day there's going to be an M8 in this house. And when there is, I'm going to learn how to free motion.
Yeah.
The reason I don't get a long arm is because there would be no one to service it.
Yeah,
or help me set it up.
Yeah, that's understandable. And my friend has a Bernina. The one I learned on was a Bernina, and I liked it, but also like it's not as common to service. Like it's harder to find people to service it, as opposed to Handy Quilter, which seems to be just about everywhere.
I think I would go the Janome long arm route over here.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any gamels, but I definitely saw the Janome long arm over here. And I've also seen it a couple times. We saw it in 3 or 4 different, when me and Nikolai were doing the shop hop in 2024. We saw 3 or 4 of them. What we saw, this one shop in, oh my God. They had 4 15-foot gamels. And they ranged in age. 2 of them looked ancient.
Yeah. I wish I could show y'all Bella at the moment. She's literally on the floor, rubbing her face on the carpet. She's acting so freaking cute.
You know what Nora does? She'll eat, because I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but she's on a raw diet. So she don't so I don't feed kibble to her.
Right.
And, sometimes she'll come in here and look at me and then clean her face off on the carpet.
Oh my God.
I'm like, you're such a little turd.
She does that on purpose. Like, that's the most annoying part. If she knows she's not supposed to do that. Yeah, she knows she's not supposed to do that. She'll do it anyways.
Yeah, we're getting ready to lay this block out, or this block out too. This block's gonna be big, I think. Probably at least a 12.5, maybe.
Patty G says, Ian, you should think about buying a house and hosting quilting retreats. I can't afford a house that big. I would love to. Would love to do that. There was actually a house in Fort Davis, West Texas, that had a beautiful like glass studio in the backyard, and it had an attic that was finished out, and it had several beds laid up in it, and it would have been perfect for that. No way I could afford that.
No whale meat for me, honey. No, thank you.
I'll take some. You can make some for me, Nikolai.
Did you hear that, honey?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he's eating instead of, you know how you can buy beef jerky? You can buy what is frozen well jerky, and they keep it frozen to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
And so that's what he's munching on right now. You want to see what it looks like?
I'd try it. I would try it for sure. Oh, Bella, did you just fart? Oh God. Ugh. This dog, she's tiny, but ugh.
Here's what it looks like.
Oh, I'd try that.
And it's
why not?
It's a little bit thick. Hang on a second. I don't want to touch this because I'm touching fabric right now. But see,
oh yeah, that is pretty thick. Yeah. Oh, sorry, no, that's not thick. That's thick.
But it smells like whale.
Patty G, that's true.
Do they smoke it, or what do they do?
It's just dry it.
They just dry it. Yeah. Okay, got you.
Patty G says quilting retreats would pay for the house, and that may be true, but you have to have the capital to put it down. You have to put the capital to get it started.
Big ass down payment for sure.
Yeah.
And good credit.
If it's smoky, we didn't smoke it.
Yeah, I didn't smell smoke on it. That's why I asked. All right, now we're going to put this block together. So watch it. Let's go ahead and we need the pink and green first.
Don't touch your fabric because I get down.
Yeah, you got whale meat on it. So yeah, don't be touching my fabric with that. You and me will get into a little bit of a tussle. Maybe. We don't argue. All right. It looks like we need to be turning it this way. This is going to be I think this block is going to look pretty. Or it might look too girly for Ian. I don't know.
Who knows? Although I will say, I've never done, when I quilt, I always do like more geometric shapes.
Yep.
Versus flowers and stuff like that. But the quilt that I worked on earlier, I actually did flowers as the quilting panto.
Well, these fabrics came from that classic cut box.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like bright and happy. But I thought this purple was a batik because this was also in the box, because there was two fat quarters that were actually batiks, and I thought this was batik. It's not, it's cotton.
Oh.
All right, where were we supposed to put the green? We're extending the green out like that, looks like. Yeah, I need space.
Nikolai, get her space.
Well, hey, honey. Oh, never mind.
You're like, honey, space, please.
What we're going to be doing is when we go to Denmark, we're going to be going to IKEA, and I'm hoping that I will find something that will appeal to, because we're going to reset the whole, we're still trying to get glass out of the craft room.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
There's still glass in there. Every time we move something else, we find more glass.
Goodness.
And it looks like I'm going to have to, when I take the design board off the wall, I used flannel for that. I'm going to have to throw the flannel out because there's a charge of glass on it too.
Oh, yeah. Makes
and the
sense.
carpet that's on the floor that I put up underneath the cutting table and everything, all of that gets to, I'm going to have to take all of it out.
Oh,
and
boy.
It's going to have to go toodaloo, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
It's sickening.
That sucks.
But at least I can mostly talk about it now without getting too angry.
That's good.
So my anger is finally managed.
Good.
Which I needed to get it in check. It's not healthy to stay angry that long.
Nope, it's not. It is indeed not.
This is going to be, look, Ian. It's going to be pretty. Unless you don't like it.
I don't see it. Are you holding it up?
Oh, you don't see the other window?
No, I don't. No, I only see, hold on, let me switch. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I can spotlight it.
No, I see it now. I was on the screen that had just you as the big camera.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But now I see it. Yeah. No, I like that. That's pretty.
Where's the, oh, here
I'm using my phone. That's why it looks like that, or why I see it like that. So
okay.
I gotta drop. I gotta make sure to drop before I move anything, because if I undid everything and then moved it, that would be bad. That would be bad. All right, we're gonna go here. We're gonna baste. Do some basting. All about that base. All that base. All that base. No wrinkles. All about that base. Oh, base. No wrinkles.
About the glass, Giovanna. Me and Nikolai cleared off the top of the cutting table, which is about 6 feet long and about 3 feet wide. And when we built it, he and I built it. So we used raw plywood on top. And when we took the vacuum cleaner to suck off all the glass, we got a lot of glass, but when you shine a light on the top of that table, guess what? There's itty bitty, tinier than the tip of a pencil lead all over the table that did not come off with the vacuum cleaner. It's stuck in the because we didn't sand the top of it. Didn't occur to us to sand it because I put cutting mats on top of it, and or had cutting mats on one side of it, and so no amount of vacuuming is going to get it off that rough surface. And I don't dare take it outside and sand it because the glass will be all over the ground and my dog will be walking all over it. Or get glass in my lungs because we're sanding it. No thanks. So we're going to figure out something else. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We haven't. We'll know when we've gone to Denmark and weighed all our options. It's unfortunate that it's come to this because this should have never happened to start with. People never think about the consequences of some of the things that they decide to do or not do. Look at this, Ian. Look, it's coming together. Oh my God.
Hold on just a second. Let me get this started back up. It's right on the edge of the fabric, so I want to make sure it's going under the needle like it's supposed to.
Uh-oh, something's missing. Or I used something somewhere I wasn't supposed to. Yeah, right there. Oops. Like, wait a minute. I put that in the wrong spot. Now.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Wow, that's.
Yeah, you got a half square triangle. That's
turned wrong. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
I thought, wait, that don't look right now that you mentioned it. There we go, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Wait, let me put it in the, yeah, let's do it like this.
Yeah, look at that. That's
and the
so
camera's
cool.
having fun trying to focus because of the word on it.
Right, exactly.
All right, let's start sewing this together.
Put it together.
Time to get it done. Wouldn't everything he supplied for the retreats be tax deductible? Asked Patty G.
I mean, technically, yes, but again, you still have to have the capital to put it down on.
Oh, you brought
on a house.
Yeah.
And houses have become so expensive. Like, it's hard, especially one that would fit, you know, a whole retreat. Like, that's, I can't even imagine what the price would be on that.
There's some people in here asking about how come I have glass in my craft room. Okay, the short of it is because I don't want to get into a rant, and it would be easy for me to do it because it's a touchy. It's not. No, I can't say it's a touchy subject. That's wrong.
It's a difficult subject.
Yeah, it's difficult because it makes me angry because I have an issue with people doing things that affect my life because I don't have control of it because of what they did to cause it. So basically, here's what happened. We were in the middle of a week of southern wind from the south. We were in a wind event. The wind event was hurricane strength, probably about maybe a category 2. That's how strong the winds were. Basically, when you walked outside, gust of wind would hit you and almost knock you on the ground. That's how strong. The neighbor had a trampoline sitting outside. I didn't know it wasn't even fastened down, or I would have said something long ago about it. And the trampoline, when she first bought it, had that screen that goes around. It's supposedly a safety thing for kids. And so the screen was gone and 2 of the pipes were broke off, but it still had 2 metal pipes standing up above the trampoline. A gust of wind picked it up, slammed it against the side of our house, which was my sewing room. Fortunately for me, I had been on a 12-hour sew. I couldn't sleep because the wind keeps me awake and my eyes were hurting. So I went to take a mini nap. Fortunately, I wasn't in the room. Otherwise, I would have been in the room and it would have been catastrophic for my eyes probably. So what happened was one of the pipes went through the siding of our house. The other one hit the window at an accelerated rate and literally shattered it. And when it shattered it, it also broke the whole window frame and everything that held the window in place. And all of that glass went flying through the air. And when I went walking in my sewing room, I felt glass underneath my feet because I didn't know what had happened at the time. All I saw was this whirlwind, looked like a tornado inside the sewing room of all of my stuff flying through the air and a busted window. And when I went outside to see what had happened, it was a trampoline. And it was because the woman next door didn't fasten her stupid trampoline to the ground. And she's lived here her whole life and knows how bad wind is. And that's what happened. And we're stuck with paying the bill. So that's the short of it. There's more to it, but I'm not going to go into that. Hi, Jen. It's good to see you. And so I'm still not in my craft room. I've been out here in this where you see me sewing is my living room. Because for an entire year and a half, I couldn't even go in the room because it triggered something else. And because when I got awakened from it, it sounded like a bomb had gone off. And it was that. That's what happened. All right. So that's the short of it. Denise wants to know what the median cost of a house where you are at, Ian. I bet it's about $1 million.
I don't even know. Like, I haven't even looked at house prices here because I know it's expensive. The DC area is expensive. Like, it's a very expensive area. And that's another reason why I don't really want to like move into this area. It's a great, like, I'm enjoying my time here and I'm going to be here for several more years. But when the time is right, I'll decide where the next location is going to be. And the sucky part is, I moved out of Texas, but Texas is one of the most, one of the cheaper, and I put cheaper in quotes, one of the cheaper areas to live in the country. And as much as I would love to move back to Texas for the price and everything, and that's not in my best interest to do so. So no. I don't know. I'm gonna find a place at some point. Life will tell me where to go, and that's what happened when I moved here. I was originally going to move to Colorado. I was going to be moving with a friend, and life had a different path for me to take, and I ended up here instead. So it will lead me where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. I did find a beautiful home in Bend, Oregon that I absolutely kind of fell in love with. There was no way I would be able to afford it, but it was gorgeous. It was right off a stream, and it had this beautiful A-frame main living area. There were a couple of bedrooms that like trailed off on either side, but it had a beautiful A-frame, and then it had a loft in it. And I was just like sitting there thinking, daydreaming about what if I could put my YouTube studio on that loft and then have the shot of out over the balcony of the loft out into the open A-frame, and then hang quilts in the A-frame. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
Yep. Wait, hang on. To answer Linda's question, yes, I'm going to sew rows together, do 2 at a time and keep adding until I have rows, and then I'll sew it together. And Raven says, oh, a flying trampoline. Yep. Yes, she should pay for the damages, and I guess we're going to end up suing her. She said she would pay for it, and she hasn't. And now she's moved out of her house, and we have no idea where she went. And yeah, Katie, do you have house? Our house insurance would not pay for that because now we added more to our insurance in case something like that were to happen again. It was her insurance company supposed to pay for it, and it's complicated, long, and irritating to talk about. Because I have issues with people who aren't responsible for their actions. I don't like when people get away with things that they do wrong. Put it that way. Anyhow, we're going to pay the bill and get a lawyer and sue her. That's the plan.
Katie, if you want to spotlight me, I can show y'all what I'm working on.
Sure.
On the long arm.
I can do that.
I just realized I hadn't shown what I'm actually working on here. So let me, oops, I'll not cover things up. All right. Where's the button to put the
Jen says, look into Appleton, Wisconsin.
Okay, I'll check that out. This is what it's a Halloween. It's like a cutesy kind of Halloween. So there's like witches, but they're really cutesy.
Oh,
there's
cool.
Pink. There's all kinds of stuff. So I'm doing like this. There's a pumpkin right there. Sorry, I'm moving the camera a lot. There's a pumpkin right there. There's a ghost up here. It's a little hard to see, but maybe you can see that in the light there. But there's little ghosts and pumpkins and flowers. And I felt like this panto works really well with this fabric. So just slowly working my way through this panto. I've got many more rows to go, but that's what it looks like there.
Well, it's doing a great job.
Slowly but surely.
So, I got a question. If people use an automated quilting to quilt their quilt and they enter a quilt into a quilt show, do they have to say that they use the automated on it?
Yep. So a lot of times there's different categories. So when you sign up for a quilt show, a lot of times on the entry form, there will be hand quilted, hand pieced, hand sewn, or excuse me, a machine sewn, pieced, whatever. But usually there'll be a little check for, did you long arm by moving the fabric around, or did you long arm by a computerized machine moving around, basically? Or did you hand quilt it?
Well, with free motion quilting, though, you can do both move fabric or use the arms on a long arm. So are they specific on that too?
So long arming, think about, you have the long arms that are stationary. They don't move. They stay still, and you move the fabric underneath the sewing machine. For computerized, it's the head of the machine that's moving around. The quilt, the fabric stays still.
Yeah. You're going to get spoiled on that Australia cruise, and don't house hunt or think of leaving us. I happen to know a really nice guy here I wanted you to meet for a couple of years now, says Jen.
Hey, you know, those Australians, they're pretty hot. What can I say? No, I don't. I'm not planning on finding my husband in Australia, but if it happens, it happens. I'm just going to say that.
Hey, love doesn't pick, as you know, love doesn't pick and choose.
Right? Exactly.
I know. Look at me. I mean, who the fuck? And people tell you, I would say this all the time. I would never leave Florida.
Right.
I left Florida.
Yep. It's funny. It's funny how the world works sometimes. You never know.
Sometimes it's not, yeah.
Let's face it, the dating apps are a bunch of no good. I'll put it nicely. They're a bunch of no good nothings.
About a couple years after Hardy had died, someone says, you need to get out and meet guys. And I'm like, I don't want to get in a relationship with another. Yeah, I wasn't going to put myself in another abusive situation.
Sure.
Because I'd had that 44 years of my dang life.
Yep,
but you can get out and meet guys and go have dinner with them, blah blah blah. And I got to thinking about it. I'm like, when you've been married for 21 years, how the heck do you go and date someone? You know,
the apps are pure useless. They are so useless. I
didn't want to get on a dating app because you never know what you're going to find on that.
That's so true. So freaking true.
Nikolai and I just happened. It must have been in the stars for us. Because neither one of us was looking.
What?
Raven says dating apps and screwing apps. I know what that means. You're a mean Mr. Grinch is playing as you show your quilt in and ended up in the deep freezer. Oh no.
The deep freezer comment, that took me out just a moment ago when I read that one. I was like, who ended up in the deep freezer? What?
someone was talking about freeze. It was Susan from Butler Family Farms. I interviewed her because she's a quilter, but they also are. They have a farm, and that channel's based on that. And she mentioned freezer camp, and she says, for those of you that don't know what freezer camp is, it just means we dispatched our meat, or our whatever they put in it.
Yeah. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it this way.
Raising a steer for food.
Yeah. I don't know how they do that. I would get too attached to my animals.
It doesn't bother me, Ian, because I was raised with that.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're raised in that culture, I can absolutely understand that. But as someone who's a city folk and sees a cow, I'd be like, don't kill the cow.
Yeah, but wouldn't you like to know where your food comes from?
Oh, I know where my food. Well, yeah.
Think about that. You don't know how that animal was treated that you buy food from in the store.
Oh, absolutely. You're right. You're 100% right. As I was sitting there thinking about it, I was like, oh, no, she's right. She's right. Definitely don't know where the food is coming from. But like, ooh, I don't know.
If you raise it yourself, you know what you fed it, how it was treated, how it was loved. And and here they teach you to say thank you when you dispatch an animal, and you have to look at it pragmatically instead of the other way.
Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with you, Katie, at all. It still is. The Fort Worth used to have a stock show. Well, they still do. I don't know why I said used to, because I guess because I don't live there anymore. I don't know. Anyways, the stock show happens every year, and I would always see the prize champion steer, and like, oh, the kids are so proud and all that. And it's like, they're literally going to be giving their babies away.
They sell them, and you don't know what happens to them after that. Most people want to eat.
Yeah.
I remember when we were growing up, and we'd have friends over the house or something. This is before we moved to North Florida. And my mom would walk out the door and catch a chicken, and she would hang him or her upside down on a clothesline and dispatch the chicken because she didn't want her meat bruised.
Yeah.
And my friends would be like, their mouths.
Yeah.
And they're like, that doesn't bother you? I'm like, no, we're going to eat it.
Yeah. Nope. That would not be me. That would not be me at all.
But my dad took us hunting, and we watched our dad butcher deer
all
the time, and
absolutely.
So you kind of get, I wouldn't call it decent. We were taught respect about
it's a natural process. It's a natural process, and we all need substance and all that. And I can there's nothing wrong with it. But again, coming from that like city folk mentality, I can't. I just can't. Like there's a reason why I wasn't a doctor and I was never in the medical field. Like I can't handle that. Ugh.
Yeah, I could not be a nurse and have to clean up body fluids of a human, because I would literally be in the bathroom doing the same thing.
No, thank you. No, thank you. This is another reason why I don't want children. And everyone laughs. Everyone's like, you're going to find a husband that already has children. And I'm like, I better not. But like, I don't want children because they make a mess. And no, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Depends on the child and how they're raised.
It is. And like my nieces and nephews, I freaking love them. They're amazing. And they're so well behaved. But like cleaning up after somebody vomits or poops or no, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Every time the freaking stomach flu would roll through.
Oh, no.
I would have my first husband would be the one cleaning it up because I couldn't do it.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to leave this bobbin up here to remind me that I need to do a bobbin change after this row. I think I have enough for this row, but we're playing bobbin chicken. Everybody wish me luck. We're playing bobbin chicken. We're going to play bobbin chicken.
I hate it when I don't pay attention and accidentally sew too narrow of a seam, and then I have to go back and fix it.
Oh, I'm in base mode. That doesn't help.
if you grow up with it, it's just normal. I remember a deer being
Exactly.
in a basement when I was probably 4 or so. Just normal. Yeah, Raven, that's right. Did I hear
It's true.
someone mention my name? Hey, Andrea, it is hard to dispatch my furry bunnies, but that is what I raised them for. We need meat, and I would rather eat than raise than I raised in the unknowns. Exactly. You want to know where your food comes from. It is well known that you end up with a horse meat. Is what? What? It is well known that you end up with horse meat and other unknowns in what you buy in the grocery store, thinking it is beef. That's interesting.
Nope, couldn't do bunnies. Absolutely not. Nope. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know if I can eat rabbit or not. I've never tried. I don't remember my dad ever hunting rabbit, actually. But squirrels he would come home with. And man, when you have a family of 5, it takes a bunch of squirrels.
Yep. We had so one time I was working at a theme park and it was Christmas time, and I'm gonna watch my words here because I don't, in case there are little ones in the room, I don't want to do anything. But the person who wore a red coat and belly laughed, he brought in, we did a potluck and he brought in chili, and so we were chowing down on that chili and it was a great time. And then he was like, oh, do you like this? And we're like, yeah, it's great. And he's like, oh, it's venison. And we're like, oh, okay. Like, it was good, don't get me wrong, yeah, I enjoyed it, but it was definitely like a surprise to find out it wasn't just regular old beef.
You know what my dad used to do when he dispatched deer? We raised pigs too, and calves, but he would take one of the pigs to the dispatch place.
Yeah.
And he would take the deer that he had just dispatched, but he would go ahead and butcher it and everything. And he would take that with him along with the live pig and say, when you do this pig, I want a percentage of that pig ground up with a percentage of that deer meat to make sausage with. And oh my gosh, Ian, when you have the two together, it is heavenly.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I've also had shark. I had shark.
I've never had shark, but I think Nikolai has.
Yeah, I had it in San Francisco before it was. I don't think you're able to do that anymore. This was when I was in middle school. It was a long time ago. But I had shark soup, and that was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that one. That was very yummy.
You know what else?
Very yummy.
He's eating kangaroo.
Oh, okay. All right.
I guess it was in Denmark at some restaurant. They were serving kangaroo, and he decided to give it a try.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am not eating kangaroo. You can forget that. No, thank you. There's some things I'm just not going to eat, and some things I will eat. I mean, when I first moved here, I had never eaten lamb in my life.
Oh, I love lamb.
Salmon. I had salmon and duck. Duck's the other one.
I've had duck. Duck is good.
Oh, Ian, I have come to love making duck and lamb. Oh my God.
Yeah, duck is really yummy. I've had some really good duck.
Yep.
And then lamb is also really yummy, especially with like jelly.
It's yummy.
It is. It is indeed. Which is hilarious because I could talk about those things and be perfectly fine, but we talk about rabbits and I'm like, no, not the rabbits.
Venison is so lean, you have to add pork for fat to keep it moist. Yep. And that's probably why they used it in the chili. They probably mixed it. Yeah. And I could see it not being able to tell it was venison because there's all those spices. That's like using venison to make spaghetti red sauce with the meat. Spaghetti. Let me try that again. Red meat sauce for spaghetti.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's wrong. Okay, now we got it going the right way. There we go. tame rabbit, like what I said, is all white meat and very low in cholesterol. It is very tender and delicious. I even use a product called Morton's Quick Cure and cure some of it to taste like ham. Oh, that's interesting. Yep, we know, Giovanna. That's on this side of the pond, not here in Greenland.
I didn't know, like, I had never had smoked salmon until I went to Pike's Place in Seattle, and they were giving like little bite-sized samples away. And so I was like, oh, my mom and dad never really ate fish. I never really had fish other than fish sticks as a kid. And so I was like, oh, like, let's give this smoked salmon a try. I'll try almost anything. Yep. You know, if I don't like it, I don't like it, whatever. But I had some smoked salmon. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I loved it. Oh, I'm craving sushi right now. It's actually what I'm craving.
Well, sounds like you and Nikolai would get along with the smoked salmon and the sushi. See, I don't eat sushi. Yeah. And I don't eat smoked salmon either.
I love smoked salmon and I love sushi. Although it does, like, smoked salmon does kind of have that fishy taste to it. A lot of people don't like that, but I definitely, I'll hit a point when I'm like, okay, this is too much. I can't do anymore. But I eat it so rarely that I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll eat some more. That sounds good. You know, sushi's another one.
You need to come to Greenland during the summertime one summer, and I'll cook for you. And I'll put duck and lamb and salmon and make like a smorgasbord kind of thing.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Just so you can taste everything.
Well, I want to get to. I know it's Iceland, not Greenland, but I want to make it to Reykjavik at some point. Reykjavik seems like such a beautiful place. Yeah. Yeah. So
the first time I saw it, Ian, because I had to spend the night there when I did my first flight, because I missed the flight. And because of weather in Newark, so it caused me to miss my flight to Greenland. And that was the first time I'd flown over the pond. And so they flew me through Iceland and I spent the night there. It's like this really clean, crispy European place. It's so very Euro. And I found a bookstore, an enormous bookstore. And while I was wandering around waiting to fly the next day.
I wanted to, like, we were talking about the eclipse just a little while ago. The eclipse totality is going over Reykjavik. And I half almost want to, like, fly to the Reykjavik airport, because literally Reykjavik airport is underneath totality. I can fly in overnight to the Reykjavik airport, walk out the front door, see the eclipse, and then turn right around and go back and fly back home.
Interesting question from Raven. How do I cook lamb? So there's two pieces of the lamb that I like to buy. One is the lamb tenderloin, and I marinate the lamb tenderloin. Well, sometimes I'll buy lamb chops if I can get my hands on them, and I do the same thing to them. With the lamb chops and the lamb tenderloin, I marinate them and keep them on teriyaki sauce overnight or 3 hours before I'm going to cook it. And then I grill them on the grill. And you don't cook them very long because they're not that big. With the leg of lamb, me and Nikolai will butcher the leg or the bone out of the muscle, but we do it in such a way that you can lay it open like a butterfly, and we pull that bone out. And then I take and saute mushrooms first until they turn a certain color. And then I put in there small diced up shallots and onions and cook with that. And of course, I season everything as I'm doing it. And then I take and add a bit of spinach to that too, but only just gently. I don't even really cook the spinach all the way through. I take all of that and I season the inside of that leg meat first. Then I smear all of that on top of the meat, and then we roll it and we tie it like a roll. And then I season the outside of it, and then I cook it in the oven in open heat until it's medium rare, and then we take it out. And it's so good. Yes, it's time for me to end. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Oh, 6 minutes late. It's okay. They know to look for it. Yeah. All right. If you have not voted on the poll yet, you better do it right now because I'm about to give the answer away. All right. Question number 6 is, when did Nikolai and Katy get married? Option 1 was September of 2009, and 14% voted on that one. 55% voted on January of 2011. 14% voted on February 2010, and 18% voted on August of 2011. Has everyone voted? Let me know in the chat. Say yes or no. And now we'll have that little lag.
Yep, that 30-second delay always kills me.
Yep, let me know. Yes, you voted. No, you voted. Didn't vote. Sorry. You should stay a while. If you're going to go to Iceland, you need to stay a couple days. Go see the volcanoes and go see. Sure. There's so much to see. There's ice caps there too.
Yep. Oh, it definitely is on the bucket list. Australia, New Zealand is high on the bucket list. Tokyo, Japan, all of Japan is on the bucket list. Definitely have a lot of places that I want to go in the world. I'm lucky to have gone as many places as I have because I've been to England, France, Italy, Greece, and Venezuela. Somewhere else.
I would love
that's it so far.
You know what I would love to see is Ecuador.
I wouldn't recommend going to Venezuela. Like, even that was back in middle school again. Like, I would not, even having been back in middle school, like, it was a scary place when I was there in middle school.
So I'm assuming everybody has voted.
I'm seeing a lot of yeses.
Yep.
Oh, no, I didn't win Bobbin Chicken. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Because right now we have 45 votes. And no, the Alaska trip has not happened yet, Sylvia. It's in August, right?
Yeah, August of this year.
All right. Okay. The answer is, and 53% of you who voted, why does that keep changing? Somebody must be, all right. If you're voting, please hurry up and vote because that thing keeps changing. Because it did say 53%. Now it says 52.
They're like, quick, get it in, get it in.
Yep, hurry up. All right. The answer is we got married on January the 2nd of 2011. So 52% of you got the answer right. So the answer is January 2011. Now about them other dates. February of 2010 is when Nikolai asked me to marry him. August of 2011 is when I moved permanently to Greenland. That was when I set foot on And then September of 2009 is when Nikolai wanted me to be his girl and us start dating. So remember, I told you all of that because there'll be more questions probably, maybe. All right. So make sure you write that down and let me share. Those of you who want to fill your form in as we go along, follow this link and listen. One thing I want to say to you guys, there's a part on there that says, please put your YouTube name and your name. Put your YouTube name and then space, empty space and your first and last name. I'm going to need them for the gift card should you be the winner. This is all private. No one else can see your forms. Only me. Just me.
And we have to have that information so that way we can actually get you your prizes and such.
Yep. Yep. Got to have it. And remember, if you want to participate in the drawing, you have to do the form. And secondly, you need to put the right answer in there because I'm giving you all the answers as we go along. And those who missed the live can come back and find the answers. It's no big deal. So to find the answer, you can look anywhere between the 2 hour to the 2 hour and 45 minute increment. Andrea, it's 16 years since Nikolai asked me to marry him, but we celebrated our 15th wedding anniversary. And
Stella,
then
I know you.
and then in August, this is what's crazy, Ian.
What?
Remember, we talked a little bit about Abby, my oldest granddaughter.
Yep.
So when I moved here in August of 2011. Abby was born the 17th of December of the same year.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I hit that residency milestone, she turns another year older. So when I hit 15 in August, she turned 16.
Mm-mm-mm.
Can you believe that?
Nope.
No, 15. No, 15. She turns 15.
Crazy. Time stop moving so fast.
Yeah. I'm like, she's going to be a year away from dating age.
Oh, no, 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 no.
I hope Derek has a big baseball bat at the front door.
Yeah,
this is what's going to happen to you. You hurt my daughter, you know.
My niece turned 16 this year, and I'm just like, how is that possible? How?
I'm just so happy that she's going to carry on her clarinet playing along with the art. I am so happy about that.
That's really, really good.
Because her mama, Kristen, my youngest daughter, played a clarinet all through 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. She started in the 6th grade. No. So it was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7 years she played a clarinet.
Goodness. Oops. Uh-oh. Where'd the nib go? Oh, it's down there all the way in the thing. Uh-oh.
I can tell
I'm making a mess.
I can tell you countless times that child wanted to give it up. I'm like, no, you're not going to let this whip you. Practice makes better. That's what I told you. You practice. If you're only going to get from it what you put into it. I said, it's the same as if you were outside digging in the dirt. If you don't put any time into it, you're not going to grow anything, you know? And it's the same playing a musical instrument. You have to practice.
Absolutely. I played the trumpet in middle school.
Oh, cool.
And then I quit when I moved to high school because I wasn't coordinated enough to do
marching band.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I was like, nope, not doing it.
My goodness, the volunteer hours because I was going to college, but I didn't have a job.
Right.
Well, I had a job at the college, but there was times where I wasn't working or whatever. And I started doing volunteering in kids' elementary school. I would volunteer in their classrooms and stuff. And when you got to high school, there was marching band. Right. And always needing band moms to come and help them do different things, like band camp. Because band camp is grueling. And you've got to cook for these kids, twice a day because you're feeding them twice.
Yep.
That year that Kristen graduated, they did We're an American Band as their competition stuff. And the music sounded just like We're an American Band from that. I forget the name of the band that sang that song now that I think about it.
Yeah.
And they also participate. All three of them were also involved in a bowling league. So I was constantly taking them down to South Florida every year because they qualified for state. Look at here. We've got the row sewed now. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew this one together and this one together, and we'll have 2 pieces. Then I'm going to take it to the iron and go ahead and start pressing because I haven't used the iron on it yet. And then we'll sew that center line and we'll have this block finished.
That's awesome.
Are you on a time frame with being with me today?
I am, because this one right here, this little girl right here, is begging me for some FOOD because it is well past.
You can go ahead and feed her if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not going
okay,
anywhere.
let me go pop into the other room and give her some din and then
Yeah, go right ahead. Otherwise, she's just gonna pester you until you do.
She is for sure. So all right, I'll be right back in just a second.
I have one that does the same thing.
Exactly. All right, give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Do you have to pay extra to use services like FaceTime, Kate? No. Our internet service, the plan that we have, I can watch I can use the internet to my heart's content. There's no limit on how much we use. Ian, what is Mary's little baby's name? Raven said she loved playing in the band. We're an American band. Do you pay for FaceTime, Denise? Because I didn't think you had to pay for FaceTime. I don't. It sounds like the wind has picked up outside some more. Oh my goodness. Is that the little tongue hanging out? Yep. Deanna says the dog's name is Bella. Katie, do you have to pay for the land your house is on? No. No one owns land in Greenland. It belongs to the collective. All of us own it. So we don't have taxes, land taxes. We don't pay land taxes. Yeah, Giovanna says she also has nonstop internet. Exactly. The only way it would stop is if you don't pay the darn bill. Hey, Dubrovka, how much snow you got up there right now? You could take your phone outside and log on to the Zoom on your other, unless you don't have it on your phone. I can send you a link and log on so they can see what the Bitterrock is looking like. Is it dark already? Oh, the only way to see it is if it's light shining on it. Yep. Oh, too late then. Darn. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier so they could see what the Bitterrock looked like. Yeah, it's too dark now. Which is not much. Wait a minute. Giovanna says, which is not much here in Italy. Is she pays 30 euros a month. We pay $8.99 a month. So let me see how much that is in euros and US dollars. Hang on a second. I need my keyboard.
I'm back, by the way.
Okay, welcome back.
Thanks.
I need to, they're talking about, yeah. Hold on. All right. Let's see. DK to US dollar. We pay $8.99. So we pay $137 a month. If we were paying in US dollars, if it was in euros, it would be €120. But to us, it doesn't hurt our pocketbook much. And we also have two on our same plan. Both our phones are on that plan, and both of us I can call the United States and not have and I can talk for hours and not run up any long distance, or what do you call it, roaming crap. I don't pay for any of that because our plan covers that. And also we get 20 gigs of data on our phones. And we chose that smaller amount because I've only ever exceeded mine once in all the time we've had that plan. It sounds like the snow plow's outside. Yeah. Snow must be getting moved where it shouldn't be. House payment, wait. Let me see. Uh-oh, I've gotten behind here a minute. Hang on. Let me backtrack. Denise says, no, I only have a couple of family that aren't in SoCal with me, and we FaceTime and they send videos. I also sing sometimes when I text. House payment or rent? We have a mortgage. But I'm not going to tell you how much our mortgage is.
$1 million.
No, our house is worth 800,000, honey.
Yep.
Yeah, our house is worth 800,000.
That's cool.
In Danish kroners, not.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I was making a joke of the meme of Dr. Evil being like $1 million.
Oh, I've never seen that movie.
I haven't either. I just know the memes from it. All right, we're gonna drag this to our next spot. I've only got a few more rows and this will be done. Oh, I just lost a clip. It's okay, I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
Raven says land fees because they don't own the land. Yeah, our house, we do not, no one in Greenland pays land taxes, because no one in Greenland, including businesses or the government buildings, no one owns the land. It belongs to all the people of Greenland. Denise, what didn't used to be that way? And I'm going to share the form again for those of you that might not have saw the link the first go around or the second go around. This is so you can answer the question. Oh, go away. Yeah, here we go. Giovanna says, I am off as it is nearly midnight. Cindy Surette, Giovanna. And Quayanok for coming in. It won't be long and you'll be putting a binding on that quilt, eh?
Hopefully. I've got several quilts. Like I said, I've been working on quilts for the past couple of weeks, trying to catch up on quilt tops and stuff like that. So I've got several in the queue that need to get the binding put on, including Becca's Trellis Garden pattern. I finished that quilt the other week. And so now I need to put the binding on it as well. So I think I have 3 quilts that need binding, if I remember correctly.
Awesome.
So lots more to do.
Denise says it's really very sad that rent and mortgage costs are out of reach for so many. We as people will be judged. And everybody's saying goodnight to Raven. Oh, Raven's leaving too? Oh, she's just saying goodnight to Giovanna. And Giovanna says bueno nada to me. That means goodnight.
I'm eating, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I have a pretty laid back channel in case you hadn't noticed.
You laid back? No way.
Oh, I only have one rule. Be good to each other. And if you're not good, I'm going to kick your butt out of here.
Fair enough.
No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having discourse. I'm so tired of everybody labeling discourse as HATE. Denise said they used to charge by the minute to make international. Now, see, our phone service is how do I put this? This was done. They made some agreement with somebody. I don't know who. But now with calling Denmark, it's the same plan, but if I tried to use it, yeah, I can't remember how this goes exactly. Like if I wanted to call Spain and I overdid my thing, then I would be paying for the extras on it. If that makes sense. Because Spain's not on that list.
The rain in Spain?
Who I can talk to for hours without getting charged for it. It's some agreement between someone in the United States and here. I don't know who.
The rain in Spain mainly
at
falls
least
in
it's not Elon Musk.
Mm.
You filmed it?
A little bit. I don't know if you see some little movement with the snow.
Yeah, you can't even see it. Wow.
You have to be very observant to see it.
It's because it's dark now. But I can hear my chimes talking.
Yep.
The wind must be with directions.
What time is it there?
Look closely.
Yeah.
Just look closely. Near the end of you see the snow moving.
It is 9. No.
Almost 9 p.m.
It's about to be 9 o'clock in about 1 minute.
Oh, you're only 2 hours ahead of me. Wow.
Yeah, right now we're 2 hours. We don't spring forward until March the 28th.
Mm.
You have to be very observant to see the snow moving.
I'll have to put it online so I can look at it on the laptop because I can't see anything. It looks clear. Except the snow does look like it's moved.
Yep.
I can see that. Sylvia wants to know what's for dinner.
Pizza.
Raven says pizza and bread ticks. That's what I wanted. He said the Mexican restaurant was cheaper and gave us more.
All right, I will try to be outside, up the road.
Okay, honey. He's going to try to catch it from. He's brave. I will not stand in that wind because it affects my breathing.
No, it's cold. The cold wind can really knock it out of you.
Yeah. One thing about snow pants and parkas, Ian, is it literally does keep the cold out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to wear multiple layers up underneath snow clothes. Or I don't because I get hot too easy.
Yeah.
Being postmenopausal sucks.
It's interesting because I knew a researcher who had gone to Antarctica, and they issue you gigantic red jackets and pants to keep you so you can spot you in the snow and everything. But she said all the researchers on her trip, even though it's negative something, they were getting so hot in those jackets that they were wanting to open them up because it was just so hot. But they were instructed that they can't because you'll really freeze and it poses a big danger. But I
I learned the hard way, Ian, because one time we were out and we went to the store and I was sweating in my parka and I went to unzip it and Nikolai's like, you need to leave this. I'm like, I'm hot. And I took the jacket off, which was the biggest mistake of all time, man, because all of my clothes was wet. And when I went to put that parka back on, it was freezing cold.
Yep.
And by the time we got home, my teeth were chattering.
Yep.
He's like, I told you, now I got to get you in bed and warm you up because you went and, I didn't do that again. Because they know more about it than I do. I mean, I wasn't raised here.
Definitely.
Raven says, as long as you don't sweat in your winter clothes. Yep, I sweat in mine. That's why I've switched to a lighter parka, but I still use my snow pants when it's windy like it is today. I won't go without my snow pants because that takes care of that weather. And I don't dress heavy up underneath it because I don't need to. It keeps you warm enough. Denise says, you got snow. That's great. You are able to get out and enjoy before it melts. Let's hope so. I was hoping we could go walk the lake tomorrow, but I don't know how long this bitter rock's going to last because I wanted to go out on the snow during the daytime since I know, but not happening, I don't think. We knew this wind was going to come. We already knew like 2 days before it was going to come. Mother Nature or the Northern Atlantic gets really crazy around March and April. More than usual anyway. We're surrounded by the Atlantic, the Atlantic and the Arctic Ocean. Uh-oh, forgot to take a pin out.
Uh-oh, don't do that.
Can't have that thing going in there like that. Did you get anything better?
I don't know.
Maybe we can, if it's still going on tomorrow in the daytime, maybe you can catch some of it.
Yeah.
What is he trying to catch?
Wanted you to see what a bitter rock looked like.
Oh, gotcha.
Since we've talked about it on and off.
See, I think I got a little bit better this time. Just look carefully. You'll see.
Ah, the camera's blurring because of the snow moving.
Oh, sorry. Damn it.
Look how much snow sitting on top of his fuel tank.
Yeah, that much. You have to be very observant to see what I'm talking about. You'll see a mist.
Yep. And the camera keeps blurring with it too.
Let's go to the lights.
The snow has definitely moved. I see it now. Yep.
See right here.
Yeah, right there. That's a good shot right there.
I ate that piece too fast. Goodness gracious.
I don't know if they can see it though when you shot. If you put it up to this, I don't know that they'll see it. But I can put the video up tomorrow.
Ooh, I need to be. You have to be very observant for this one, Eric.
It's Ian.
Hi, Ian. Sorry.
Hi. Hey, Nikolai.
You have to be very observant for this. You see quick. It moves fast.
Oh wow! Yeah, I see it actually. Huh.
It moves pretty fast.
Yeah, it does. That's blowing around like crazy.
Not the wind's not very much, but you'll see it if the wind is higher. It will be blowing faster.
Wow. So much snow.
Nah.
Nah, that's nothing. That is nothing. There's what, maybe 10 inches on the ground?
Yeah.
Something like that. Now, there's
Only.
areas up here where you see where it kind of goes uphill. It's because the land goes up. There's rocks that go up like that. So it tricks you. But there is drifts, like snow drifts, where there, if you were to step through it, you might go all the way up to your hip, maybe.
Yeah.
That don't count as snowfall. That's drifts because the wind moved it.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
But right now, it's not that. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Oh goodness.
I've seen it way worse.
Sure. That's still more than what I would deal with typically. So
yeah, one time we went walking on the lake, Ian.
Yeah.
And we decided to try to take a shortcut, which was a bad mistake.
Yeah.
So along the edge of all the roads is this shallow like ditch. And when we were coming from the lake, we came across to do a shortcut. And so Nikolai just goes walking across it like it's nobody's business now. He didn't fall in. I stepped across it, and guess what happened? I had snow all the way up to here.
Oh, no.
I was standing, literally, I fell through it.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
I'm like, this really sucks. And it's hard to crawl out of it, because there's nothing to grab. So he's trying, and I'm trying not to pull him in because then we both would have been in trouble.
It was crazy. Like I said, recently we had that like snow and then sleet on top of it. And it was crazy because I was able to drive my car on top of the ice. I was expecting to pull my car forward and just like sink into it because the layers of soft snow underneath, like buckling underneath. But that ice was so thick and that snow was so compact that it just like rode on top of the ice. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Never would have seen this in Dallas Fort Worth.
There's one thing bad about ice. So a lot of, and this has been a more recent thing that goes on here. You'll get snow, and maybe you'll get, I don't know, 6 or 7 inches of snow sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
And then the wind from the south comes and melts all of that. And then a couple of days later, you have a hard freeze where it freezes that melted snow into ice. Yep. Then you get snowfall that puts maybe 7 or 8 inches on top of that. And you can't see the ice because the snow is covering it. And if you're not paying attention, guess what's going to happen?
We're going to slip and slide.
Bam. How do I know this? I've done it a lot. One day I was, and Ian, you would have reminded you know how you accidentally fall down sometimes?
Sometimes.
One day all I was doing was down at Town Square, and this was in December. And there was about 7 or 8 inches of snow on the ground, and I did not know there was ice up underneath it. And I'm standing there taking a picture of the town Christmas tree. I go to turn and find my butt on the ground.
Oops.
Yep. Of course, obscenities is coming out of my mouth, and people are running to help me,
It's okay. I'm glad I saved it, but like you didn't see me. I was off camera a moment ago. I was putting my plate off to the side to take back into the kitchen, and definitely like almost tripped over and fell something that's here in the room with me. So I was almost on the floor. You almost heard me scream and then end up on the floor.
Joyce, it's not about the cold that's causing my breathing trouble. When a bitter rock comes or any kind of wind, I can't be out in the wind because it suffocates me. I've had asthma since birth, and so my lungs don't work the way they used to work. Well, they never have worked, but whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They just worsened over time because now I'm down to, it's scary. It's scary when they tell you, oh, your lung capacity is now at 63%.
Oh, boy.
And someone says, don't you need oxygen? I'm like, no, I am not getting dependent on that. gonna have to wait till I absolutely cannot breathe, you know?
Yeah. All right, we're going to drag. I always have to remember to drag and drop. That's the hardest part on advancing the quilt, is remembering to drop it once you've advanced it. And so I, like, in my head, I keep telling myself, like, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's
Don't drag
hot.
it. Yep. Katie, you should look into snowmobile jackets. They have extra zippers to let air in and keep you from sweating. Really? I'll
Oh,
have to check that out. How do you spell Bitterrock? Pitaraq. Uh-oh, there's not supposed to be a 6 in front of that. There we go. So you're hearing me use a B sound because the P sound is a B sound here in Greenland.
Oh, I thought it was Bitterrock, but it's Pitterrock.
It's spelled Pitterrock, but it's Bitterrock like a B. You say it with the B sound, not the P.
Interesting. Got it.
And
Okay.
the Q has that K sound going on. It's like we have a store. Let me spell it. It's spelled like this. That is not Pacific. It's Pacific.
What? Wait a
Yep.
minute. Wait, hold on. Pitaraq?
Yeah, Bitterrock. That T is a O. Hang on. I should have said something. Hang on. Let me rewrite that word real quick so I can write something out behind it. So it's Bidark. There we go. Oh, wait. You see that, Ian?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would mess with my dyslexia a little bit.
Yep.
That would definitely mess with my dyslexia.
Here's one that will mess with your dyslexia. Check.
Oh,
this
Lord.
This is the road we live on.
Oh, don't give that away on the internet, Katie.
Oh, I'm not giving you my address. I'm just giving you
Okay.
the name of the road. Look at that word. What? Yeah, I have looked it up before. See that long word?
Did it send?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. It might be off my screen at the moment. I'll look at it here in a second and see if it pops up. I think my iPad doesn't show all of the messages, like it cuts off one or two of them, so I might be missing that at the bottom. So give it a second. Somebody else will say something, I'm sure, and it'll push it up.
Okay.
It's not a you thing, it's a me thing.
Okay. Ian, this block is going to be gorgeous.
Is it?
I think it is. I mean, normally, you know, this one stands out.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that the purple has really helped make me. I thought it might dull the color down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not dulling it down.
That's awesome.
At least not in my opinion. Lillyella in Alaska, says Denise. Nope, that don't sound right. It's called something in Alaska, and I cannot think of it to save my life. And I probably know the Inuit name is probably what it is.
think I got 2 more passes. It's like roughly 2 more passes on this, I think, and then it'll be quilted.
Getting finished around the same time almost. Check it out, Ian. Hang on. I know it's in 2 halves right now, but
Nice.
don't you think those colors go well together?
I think so, yeah. I like how the colors pop against that purple.
Yeah, that
background.
purple like pulls the color out or pops it out.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to calm it down, but actually it didn't.
No.
Yes. And which is what I didn't want it to do, was to calm it down. Because that green is pretty.
It is pretty. It is pretty.
All right, let's get the rest of this. Now here comes the fun part. Making sure this pinwheel is flush to each other. Y'all talk in the channel. The channel is like not moving right this minute. All right, I need to ask a question.
Oh, there's the street. I see your street pop up now.
Yeah, it's
Holy
Biz and
cow.
Y. Only I
Okay.
don't say it right. You'd have to get Nikolai to say it, but I'm close. Anyone want to ask Ian any questions while we're sewing?
Yes, I'm single. Yes, I'm looking for a husband.
Yeah, I knew that part. For some reason, I thought maybe you were seeing someone, but I must have been wrong on that one.
Nope. I am not. Single 15 years. 16 years. 17 years? I don't know.
You know, I'm going to say the same thing to you that my friend said to me before I met Nikolai. It's all about timing. And when the time is right, you're going to know about it.
Oh, that's true. That's definitely very true. I believe in that wholeheartedly.
Denise says, blame it on Google. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can look up the Inuit name for the Bitter Rock in Alaska, because it's the same weather event. They get it for the same reasons we get it. All the Arctic does, actually, and Antarctica. Let me see. What is the name?
Netquit? Deanna says, I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sure. Netquit?
Oh, they have more than one name for it. Maddie is well-known Alaskan wind event. Let's see. But I saw there's another name for it. Dang it.
You just call it wind.
Well, Matanuska wind, that's one of them, or some call it that, but I've heard it called something else. Let me try a different way. Let's see, what is the common word used for?
Oh, Katy.
Huh?
Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that actress that was stabbed? Reese.
With a spoon?
No, with a knife.
Who was it?
With a
Was
knife.
this supposed to be a joke?
It was. It was. Because you're supposed to say with a spoon, spoon, which sounds like with a spoon. And I say, no, with a knife. And then, yeah, okay. It didn't work.
Yeah, that went right over my head. I'm so sorry. Me and humor have issues. Just saying. Oh my God. I fell right on that one, didn't I?
Well, hey, but on another note, like they said you sound like an owl. So
I sound like an owl?
Yeah, they said you sound like an owl.
I don't know what that means.
No. You're supposed to say who.
Oh, who? My word.
This is just falling flat.
Yeah. I guess you may not know this, but humor is hard for me because my brain is broken from that.
Oh, yeah.
And so what most people find funny, I don't.
Mm.
Well, what you're doing is fine. But like, you know how you can watch comedies and people are laughing their asses off?
Right,
I'm sitting
right.
there thinking, what's so funny about that?
Yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
It's been broken and there's no way, you can't undo what's been done.
Yeah.
I tried. God knows I tried. Ask Nikolai. We watched a movie called Atlantis. It's an animated movie.
Yeah,
it's
a Disney movie, right?
There's several spots in that animated movie that Nikolai was laughing, and I only laughed once the whole way through it. Once.
Oh, wow.
Because the rest of it, I was like, what are you laughing at? I don't get it. I try. I really do. I try.
That's
but
fair.
now he finds ways to make me laugh. I mean, when we first got together, I didn't laugh much.
Yeah.
And I'm getting better about laughing at, about things or because something is actually funny to me. And
right.
I've gotten a lot better. I mean, but sometimes it's still hard. Some people think I'm too serious.
Well, let me try another one then. How do you stop a mob of clowns from attacking?
How do you stop a mob of clowns from attacking? Put another clown in front of them?
No.
I don't know.
Go for the juggler.
Got it. All right, got it. Do you like clowns?
They don't bother me.
Or do they scare you?
No, they don't bother me.
See, I think they're creepy. They don't scare me. I just think they're creepy.
A lot of people have that phobia, and after working in haunted houses and scary things like that, that just doesn't bother me.
So here's an interesting one. Last night in William's channel, William was talking about buying secondhand boots from a secondhand store.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to buy secondhand things like that.
Right.
I have a very strange phobia. I cannot wear other people's shoes, number one. Number two, if you put your foot in my shoes, I will never wear them again.
Oh, wow.
They are history.
So I should wear your shoes when I come visit you.
Please don't. Besides, I doubt you could get your foot in my boot anyway. You're tall, so I imagine your feet are a lot bigger than mine, and I have pretty big feet for a woman of my height.
I have size 12 shoes. I wear size 12.
So I wear a size 8.5 in men's.
Mm.
And the boots I have are men's Ariat boots because the women's boots buy the same type of boot for women.
Yeah.
You cannot get a wide width for that boot, but I can get a wide width, a double E, because that's how wide my feet are.
Yeah.
I got my mama's wide feet, but my dad's big foot, I guess.
Janet, Janet, I'm clutching my pearls at that one. She said, "Why? What did the daddy cannibal tell his son? Don't play with your food."
I don't know.
Janet.
And Denise says she would have never got the cannibal joke. Wearing used shoes, Raven says, wearing used shoes is too much for me. People putting their shoes on is weird. My sister uses my shoes. My sister using my shoes is one thing, but other people would bother me. See, I don't even want my siblings putting their feet in my shoes. No thanks. It's like shoes and toothbrushes.
Mm-hmm.
Think of that. Would you want someone using your toothbrush?
Nope.
No. Why would you want someone using your shoes? Because you don't know what's on their feet.
I think Jean wants to see the quilting pattern, so I can I'm gonna pop off the
and then
camera.
I'll spotlight you.
And oh, I almost dropped the phone. My bad. Sorry, everyone.
Janet says, my grandpa told me that when I was little.
That's terrible.
My goodness, that kind of a joke for a young child?
Right?
Wow.
Exactly. So we've got pumpkins, we've got pumpkins in here, we've got ghosts, so we got a little cute ghosty, and then pumpkins. So I've got a few more. I've got about 2, maybe 3 more rows to go. And then it
Raven says, well, I like to steal my sister's shoes, so there's that. Here's something else you don't know about me. How many pairs of shoes do you own, Ian?
3, 4.
Oh, you're like me. You're not a shoe horse.
No.
Do you know how many pairs of shoes my daughter has? My
25.
my oldest one?
25.
More.
40.
More.
60.
More.
129.
100.
Oh my gosh.
And when she told me that, I'm like, you weren't raised to have that many. She says, Mom, I have a problem. Like, I guess so, to own 100 pairs of shoes.
You could have been like, this is your intervention.
I'm like, do you wear them all? Sometimes.
Oh my god.
Why the heck do you have them?
What did she do? Wear 5 pairs in a day? Like,
I don't know.
see, and here I am, barefoot.
Me? I only wear shoes when I have to go to the damn store.
Yeah, but I was that way in Texas, but then I moved here, and it's so cold a lot of the time that I will, well, especially in winter.
Joyce must be leaving. She says, need to go. People see everyone around. Yeah, see you later, Joyce. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. I will walk outside in the snow barefooted sometimes. Just
oh my gosh. Ooh, nope. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
I won't stay out there long like that, but like if I need to put something in the trash can, I don't bother to put shoes on. I just walk out the door, put it in the trash, come back in again. And in the summer times, I love putting my feet in the grass.
I can't do that. I'm allergic to grass.
Yeah, I'm not. Not that I know of anyway.
Can't do the grass.
Raven says, I most definitely do not have a. So let's see who can guess how many pairs of shoes do you think I have, Ian?
5.
Channel, same thing with you guys in the channel. How many pairs of shoes do you guys think I actually have?
Well, take me off the spotlight now.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I have to get reminded.
That's all right. I just see myself big and I'm like, no, don't look at me that big.
Yeah. How many pairs of shoes do you guys think I have?
5. I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
Did you give her that chicken leg by any chance?
Huh?
Did you give her that chicken leg by any chance? Oh, okay. Did you give her an egg?
Yeah.
Okay. Raven says 4. Deanna says 3.
I'm giving her Amazon too.
Okay. I figured you gave her Amazon. Anyone? Oh, come on. You. Debbie says 3. Anyone else want to guess? Bonnie says 1. Denise says 1.
No, I think you have more than 1. Like you would at least need like winter shoes and summer shoes.
Dubrovka says shoes, 2 boots. 2 boots and 1. She's saying 1, I guess is what she's saying. We kind of sort of had this discussion a while ago because I just got a new pair of Ariat boots shipped to me. They arrived here last month.
Nice.
I sent it to Syracuse and then she put it in my box of other stuff. Anyone else want to guess before I tell you the answer? Unless you still have the last pair before the pair you just received. Yeah. So I'm a strange person. I have one pair of boots. I have an old pair of boots that the new boots just replaced. And usually I change my boots every 2 years, sometimes every 3. I do have a pair of sandals that I never wear. That's all I have. Wow. And I have always been that way because I have I wear a size 10 in women's shoes. That's one reason. Secondly, I hate shoe shopping because I have a wide foot with a high instep. So finding the right shoes turns into a nightmare. Especially if someone goes with you and they get grouchy because you don't buy a pair of shoes. So I stopped taking people shoe shopping with me because they turn my life into, Now, when I lived in Florida, I would wear either flip-flops all the time, except when I was working with my horses. You have to wear boots when you're around horses.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You don't want to wear open-toed shoes or anything around horses.
No, because if they step on you, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you can't race in anything but boots. And these particular boots I buy, you can go hiking in them. You can ride a horse in them. They're multi-purpose boots. All right, let me go press this real quick, and then we're going to see this finished block.
Is that your puppy's tail hitting the floor?
It is. She's asking for something. She's begging Nikolai for something.
I hear it.
All right.
She's like, Daddy, I want what you're eating. Because she can smell he's eating more whale meat. That dog thinks, I can tell you one thing about Nora. She is very, very, very food oriented.
Oh, yeah.
See, Coda wasn't. He was ball driven, but not treat driven. Has she had a pig ear today? Huh? Has she had a pig ear today?
No, not yet.
Well, you can give her that if you want, and she'll leave you alone. Otherwise, she's going to sit there and beg for that whale meat. I know you're eating the whale meat. Why you got to put it in my face for?
Take a bite.
I don't want to bite. I already told you that. My husband keeps trying. Come on, have a bite. Come on, have a bite.
Eat a bite. So.
Come on, take a bite. I'm like, no.
What the heck?
What? Something happened?
Yeah, my basting didn't stick for some reason. This is weird.
Uh-oh. Is that going to cause trouble?
No, I'm going to go over it again, but I'm trying to figure out why it did that.
Oh.
And it just means I've got to go rebaste what I just basted, so.
Settle down. He's over here trying to give me a kiss with whale meat on his mouth.
Ew. No, thank you.
That's like when he eats sushi or raw fish. He'll come and tease me.
And I will get my wish.
What wish is that, honey?
I'm giving you a damn kiss, whether you like it or not.
Ew.
You are so funny, my love.
Well, you have tried the whale meat too before.
Well, I told him I would eat it in steak form. I'm just not eating it the way you're eating it. No, thank you.
And you know why? How it heated your body up.
Oh yeah. One thing, I don't know if you know this or not, Ian, but when you eat whale meat, it has high levels of niacin in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which regulates body heat.
Oh,
so
interesting.
So whenever he makes like whale soup or I've eaten like whale steak.
Yeah.
suddenly I'm like hot.
That makes sense.
And for me, I'm sensitive to niacin anyway.
Right.
Because when I was pregnant with Lynette, I was seeing a chiropractor because I was having trouble with my back.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to put me on niacin, and boy, oh boy, that was a nightmare what happened. All of my skin turned to this red hot mass of rash.
Oh, wow.
And then I made the mistake of getting in the shower to take a cold shower to see if it would help.
Yeah.
Oh, it made it worse.
Oh, my. You know what? I forgot to put the side pieces back on. Oops. There we go.
What, honey? See, the reason the Inuit population eat whale and seal is because it helps them to live in Arctic conditions.
Yeah, that makes sense. I hadn't thought of that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Because it's harsh here sometimes.
Right. You have more than enough thread. What are you talking about?
You guys, I got my block finished. Ooh, and I'm making a mess over here.
Uh-oh, don't do that. Oh, I can't see. There it goes.
Ta-da!
Oh, I love it. That's awesome, Katie. It looks good.
It's weird how both cameras see this different. Look at how this
know.
one looks at it. You see that?
I know. The colors are
It
so
makes
different.
the purple look brown underneath the cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn my ring light on. I kept it off tonight because I didn't want my eyeballs being flashed today. Let's see if that don't help the situation. Or not. Anyway, here it is. Oh, it does look better this way, though. Look, you can see it's purple.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, here's the pattern. This is the pattern. Hey, look.
Looking good.
All right, 2 more rows and this quilt will be done. Cool.
So we got a block finished in this live. Yay!
Yay!
Actually, this block wasn't that hard. It's just a bunch of moving parts.
Yeah.
That's mainly what takes up so much time.
And at least you caught your mistake before you sewed it all together.
Yeah, because I would have been really not happy.
Yep.
As many times as I've done that in the past.
It happens to the best of us.
Yes, it does.
Oh, shoot.
All right. Okay. Let me think.
That's weird.
You guys want to see? I haven't really been how can I put this? Too forthcoming on showing my Alice's blocks. Y'all want to see them? Because I have quite a few of them done now.
That's weird.
Are you going to make a full quilt with that block? Maybe, because the colors go together really well. And I don't know how many I'm going to be able to make with it because these came from that fat quarter. It came from this that I unboxed for you guys. This was everything that came in there, along with the purple's not in here because I have it out here, but this was the bundle I showed you guys in the live. See? So I don't know how far I can get with them. I might have enough left over to make one more block this specific color, maybe. Probably what I probably, oh gosh, this camera's all cockeyed again because I touched it. What I probably will do, because this is February's block. I'll probably make January's block from the fabric from the Modern Maker box that I showed you guys a couple of weeks ago. And what I'll do is probably do a block every month out of whatever, except for my Java. I'm not going to do it out of the Java because I'm not opening those up right now. I'm just showing them to you, but I'm leaving them shaped like a star. I probably will make a block every month, and then in December we'll sew the whole thing together. But I probably will end up putting sashing on them to separate them. That's beautiful, Katie. I love it. It's very cool. Hey, Highways, yeah. Hey there, how are you doing? I really enjoyed your video the other day, by the way. I can't wait I hope you get a chance to make a video when everything starts budding out for spring, because I think that park is going to be beautiful with all that yummy flowers and fresh green stuff. If you're a channel creator, don't forget to type !Sophie in the channel. And I am going to share Ian's again. Do y'all want to see the Alice's blocks or not? Because I really haven't showed them. Ian, I'm doing Alice's Wonderland, the book.
Oh, are you?
Gary Yurton and several other people are sewing the same sew along. It's one of those skill building ones.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm using a dark navy blue for the background.
That's awesome.
That's the first time I'll have done that. Jen says she wants to see. Janet says yes. Dubrovka says yes. I have quite a few of them done now. I'm going to spotlight. Wait a minute. I need to move this other block. And then I'll spotlight. Deanna says, yes, please. Okay, so the first one is called Amish Bar. So this was number 1. Number 2 is called Rail Fence. Number 3 is the 9 patch. Number 4 is checkered board. Look at these tiny little squares, Ian.
Oh, wow.
Number 5 is log cabin. Hang on a minute, I got to find the next. This was number 5, so where's number 6? Hold on, bear with me for a minute, you guys, because I don't want to skip around. I should have put these in order. Let's see. This one's number 6, and this one's called Simple Cross. Number 7 is called, both of these are called Simple Cross? That can't be right. the name on this one's wrong, but it's number 7. Number 8 is corner tiles. Look at this one. I like this one. Number 9 is called antique tile. Number 10 is checkerboard variation. Number 11 is called Crossroads to Jericho. And there's something wrong with this one. This one is wrong. So I'm going to have to go back and figure out where I went wrong because it's too big. It's big by 1/4 of an inch and I don't know why. So I will go back and remake it and this can turn into an orphan block.
Okay.
No problem there. All right, now I need to backtrack here because let's see what. Okay. This one is a split 9 patch. This one's called Baby Bird. This one's called Wild Geese. This one's called Forest Paths. This one is Eccentric Star. This one's called Monkey Wrench. This one is called Maple Leaf. This one is called Home Queen. This one's called Friendship Star Variation. This one is Jacob's Ladder. This one is Water Wheel. And this last one, because I still got, I think, 6 more before I'm all the way caught up. This one is called Ohio Star. So that's where I am on the Alice's blocks. Highways says, I'm still here. And this is navy blue, not black. I know the camera's showing it as black. I'm sorry about that. But it's actually navy blue. A really dark navy blue. What do y'all think about all of this? I mean, I think it's going, I'm hoping it'll look like a nice quilt when I get all these done. At least I hope so. Highway says I'm still here. Highways, can you share your channel? Exclamation Highways, please. Oh, and I need to turn my, sorry. Did you see all that, Ian?
I'm unfortunately I wasn't able to pay attention to it. I'm noticing an eyelash problem. Not like super bad, but I'm hearing some
wrong.
things. Yeah, something's a little off. So I'm kind of focused in on keeping an eye on it as it goes along. Like it has a little bit of eyelashing, and if you don't know what eyelashing is, on the back side of the quilt, if the tension is wrong, you'll get the top thread coming through the bottom pulling in, and it basically looks like eyelashes around curves and such. So I'm getting a little bit of that. When I wash this quilt, it will kind of relax that a little bit and you won't see it as badly, but it just means that there's a tension issue going on. Oh, and I see my thread shredding right now. So
Denise, I only have one that's way bigger. It's a 1/4 of an inch bigger. The rest of them are like, this book is very, I don't, How do you say something about a book without sounding negative? The measurements they give you don't come out the way they claim it's going to come out on the book. They're telling you you're supposed to have 6.5-inch block, unfinished blocks. Most of them are just a hair underneath the 6.5, except the one that looks like it's 6.5. No, almost 7 actually. Are you going to be able to fix that, Ian, or are you going to have to take it out?
I think it's not bad enough that it's a big deal. I think it'll be okay. Like I said, when you wash it, it will relax everything, and like fluff up and whatnot. So I think it's gonna be okay. This isn't gonna be a quilt that's like gonna go in a show or anything else. It'll just get washed and it'll get used and loved, and that's fine.
Yeah, the Ohio Star is interesting to look at it because they used hourglass blocks is what they did. Sorry, Ian, I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine. I think I might change out bobbins because it might be an issue with this specific bobbin. So I might go through and change out the bobbin for a different one, and then hopefully that'll take care of the issue and everything will be good to go. Like I said, this was just going to be a quilt that's loved, and that's all that matters. So it's fine. The long arms are just so finicky. Like you sneeze or look at it wrong and it stops working.
Yeah, I've heard y'all have discussions about that. The alarm arm, that it's been a lot of problems for Becca.
Yeah, this one has given her some problems, but it's not just hers. It seems to be like every long arm I've ever known has its issues, and it just, I don't know, just seems to be the nature of the beast, unfortunately. So, oh well.
It's called Alice's Wonderland Sampler Quilt. It's 100 quilt blocks to improve your sewing skills. This book, I think they probably went and published this before they actually had someone test run every one of their blocks based on their instructions, because some of the instructions, like that one I told you is too bigger, I followed the instructions the way it said to, and that block should not be a whole 1/4 of an inch bigger. So I don't know. I'm going to remake the block and see if it was me. I'm not saying, put it this way, I will remake the block to satisfy myself on whether it was me that misread the instructions, because we all know I do sometimes. And because the block is not difficult to make. I mean, all it was a 9-patch. Yeah, it was a 9-patch block with triangles all the way around it. It was like a block of, what do you call it, square and square, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So it shouldn't even been an issue. So why was it a 1/4 of an inch bigger? Inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. So I'm gonna go back and make it again, because this is what it's supposed to look like. Right there. No, that's the wrong block. Sorry. Where is that block at? Oh, I need to go forward. Hang on a minute. This had to do with 1/4 squares. That's what it was about, I think. No. I need to go back from, I'm in the wrong place. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to find the block so we can talk about it. Oh, right here. It's called Crossroads to Jacob, or no, Crossroads to Jericho. So as you can see, it's just a 9-patch block with half triangles to do a square and square. And this is off. And it looks to me like if you look at the block, they cut off the tips here. So I'm wondering if that's where the issue lies. See how they cut the tips off? Jen, Jen says, Ian, is the tension in the bottom off after the bobbin chicken?
So no, it's, well, I mean, technically, yeah, that happened, the bobbin chicken loss, but I have the new bobbin in and it seems to be working just fine now. So I think that bobbin just had an issue. The front of it was a little loose, so it's been sitting in the case for a little bit. So who knows? It may have just, who knows, to be honest. It just seems to be that way sometimes, where they just get finicky and things go wrong.
You get up off the floor a lot easier than I do, says Jen.
Well, yeah. I was underneath the machine to make sure that it was operating like it should. Excuse me, like it should, and it's fine. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. We're going to cancel this. I'm going to adjust the bottom. I need to crop it a little bit, so I'm going to adjust the bottom area a little bit.
This is Saturday. Do you want to continue on for a while?
As soon as I finish this last pass, I think I'm going to call it a night in here.
I was wondering, because I finished my block and everything, and
yeah, let me finish this last pass.
Don't hurry. Just take your time. We could talk about something. All right. Let me remind everyone while we're talking. Don't forget. Okay. First of all, I had to move my Piece of Mind mending pieces. It has been moved to March the 29th because there was a conflict for Danny and for Myra. So we've decided to move it because I really didn't want to cancel this, because I really like getting together once a month to do this because it's very important. But what we got coming up is on the 17th will be my crochet live with Teresa Louise, Shonda, Andy from Crafty Witch, Amanda from Scraptastic, and Susan from Butler Family Farm. We'll all be starting our project. We're all going to be doing crocheting a mandala, but each one of us will be doing a different mandala because we just want to get used to just doing a project together first. So that's how we're going to do it. Katie, I followed the instructions in the pattern and mine came out exactly the size the pattern indicated. Check to make sure your seams, my seams are 1/4 inch. That's not the issue. So it might be something maybe I cut the squares wrong or something. I did something wrong and I'll fix it. I'll go back and make a new one. And that one will go into my orphan block pile.
Yeah.
Because I have a bunch of them now. I'm getting close enough. I think I can make a quilt out of what I've got. Nice. Jen says, I would love to see all you ladies trim the squares down. Yeah, I have sent a message to Sherry for showing that. I haven't trimmed any of mine down and I'm not going to, I don't think. Not because I don't want to chop off anything. All right, so Tuesday is the crochet. Wednesday, I am with Ian for a pre-recorded pod. That's pre-recorded, right?
Yeah, yeah, we pre-record that.
Yep. And then Mona from Rip It and So On will be with me on Thursday, which happens to also be my youngest daughter's birthday. And then on Friday, me and Shonda will be doing Socialites blocks 3 and 4 together. Saturday, I don't have a guest yet that I know of, so you never know with me. We'll figure it out. And don't forget, to write down the answer to that question. When did Nikolai and Katie get married, which was January of 2011. So make sure you write that down. And here is the link for the form. Should you want to do it as we go along. This was question number 6 today. Ian, do you do any other kinds of things outside of sewing?
Nope, not really. I used to do paper crafting, but now just do the sewing and the long arming.
So you said earlier that you teach design. Does that mean you're can you explain what you meant by that?
Yeah, so I'm an instructional designer, which means a lot of times we're building curriculum, we're building web-based trainings, we're building instructor-led trainings, stuff that teach people whatever. For instance, I teach people how to complete their jobs and the tasks that they need to do for their jobs. But instructional designers are a wide gambit of things. A lot of the like, what do they call those? Not conveniences, compliance trainings. A lot of compliance trainings that people take for their work. You know, their yearly compliance trainings that people need to take. Instructional designers put those together and stuff like that. I don't specialize in that. Mine is teaching learners how to complete their job and their tasks for that job.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yep.
Andrea says, if you've not seen Ian's quilt coat yet, check it out. It's awesomely beautiful. Yeah, part of his photo is in my thumbnail with him wearing part of the, yeah, he had the jacket on, but I don't.
Yep, I love that jacket. I love how I feel in that jacket too. Like I just feel.
Did it get hot in it?
It was warm. They were definitely like their air conditioning at the Raleigh Convention Center wasn't the best, and so people in just like regular clothes were fanning themselves.
They had a fire on the roof, right?
Yep.
So maybe they hadn't fixed everything yet. I don't know.
Yeah, some people were saying they think that the HVAC wasn't 100% like up to, you know, being repaired, or like hadn't been fully repaired. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know like what the status of everything was, but I definitely was warm in a few moments, but I wasn't ever like dying hot, basically.
Yeah. Essa. Hang on a minute, Ian. I'll be right back.
You're fine. I've just got a few more stitches and then I will be done with this quilt top, which I'm excited about. I don't know what's going to happen to it. So like I said, it's got a few tension issues, but that is what it is.
Wow. And then I'll get the seasoning on the oil. Sorry about that. I needed to do something real quick.
You're okay. No worries. No worries at all. I've got like literally
Melanie said she didn't get a darn notification. Yeah, but I did post that we were going live earlier.
There we go. That's it.
And hi, Melanie. So probably what I'll be one of the things I'm gonna continue to work on. Like I said, I will make an announcement the first week in April of what our channel so long is going to be, because I've kind of been putting it off because I'm trying to finish Katie's Creative Chaos for one thing. And Ian, I don't know if you saw this either. With my star climber.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that. That's really cool.
That's all batiks from scraps. Even the
wow.
white. Even the white is scraps.
Really?
Yeah, the white is batik.
Wow.
It's all scraps.
I love it. That looks really nice.
Thank you.
All right, this one is done. Is it perfect? No. But is it done? Yes.
You're in the way, honey. Daddy's trying to walk around and he's about to step on you.
Always underfoot. Oh, they always are.
Yeah, she's got to walk. Sometimes it's like she thinks she's going to miss something.
Mm-hmm. Always. How did you happen to transition from paper to quilting? I actually transitioned from paper to quilting because of the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilts. They were a lot of fun and I enjoyed them. And also my aunt got me into quilting as well. She got me starting to sew quilts. And I also had a coworker who was like, "Hey, did you know that there's a quilt guild in your area?" And I was like, "No, I had no idea." And so I joined their guild and learned some more techniques and stuff like that. And the rest is history. I never know what to do with these. I mean, look at this scrap. It's not big enough to really do much with it, but it's big. It's too big to just toss. So
I would fold it up and use it for a scrap quilt.
that's a good idea.
Or cut the whole thing into smaller pieces. Like that's big enough to make back quarters out of, along with
Definitely
10-inch squares, 5-inch squares, 3-inch. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Strip sets.
Katie, we're not going to be stripping on YouTube.
Huh?
I said, Katie, we're not going to be stripping on YouTube.
Oh, well, damn. That's no fun if we can't strip. I'm just saying. This has been, if you look on my, on a playlist, it's called Hooking with Friends. The first time I put that, I was wondering who was going to think I was actually meaning, the other.
Yep, the other activity. Yes,
but so far, no one's had a snide remark to make about it.
Darn, what the fun in that?
Yeah,
All right, I'm not going to be able to hold this up perfectly, but here's the quilt.
Andrea says this to you, Ian. I use scraps. You could always send them to me. Just saying.
Oh, okay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, because she's on a limited income. So right now her husband's unemployed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
She's having difficulties right now. And then Andrea says, I strip on YouTube daily, laugh out loud. And Jen says table runners.
Oh yeah, I could use that for a table runner. Absolutely.
Yeah, big enough.
Oh wow.
See, there's all kinds of things. Don't go tossing it out.
Oh no, it's Becca's anyways, so I'm gonna let her figure out what she wants to do with it. But sometimes you just hit those points and you're like, well, what do I do with this? I don't know what to do with this.
Oh, Denise wants to know if you're live tomorrow, and I believe you are, right?
Yep. 2 p.m. Eastern, I'll be live. I don't know what we're gonna be doing, but we'll be doing something.
Jen says she loves your quilt, Ian.
Thank you.
And Andrea says with her stripology rulers, I want a stripology.
Oh, there you go.
Nikolai says I can buy one. I just keep putting it off. Oh, look at that. That looks gorgeous, Ian. Let me spotlight you.
Spotlight me.
Hang on.
What's happening? What did I do?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
I'm like, there's an empty long arm. You can
I know. I'm seeing the delayed playback over the other screen because I have 2 screens running.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
One so I can see the chat while the Zoom takes up the other one.
Gotcha. All right, Katie. I think that's it.
So one more time. I know y'all all hate when I do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Tell them one more time about the name of your channel and when you go lives, what days you do, blah, 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 that, the usual.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, hi, everyone. Ian off Quilter Crafter. I hope you've had a good time joining us today. I go live on YouTube, 2 p.m. Eastern, almost every Sunday. So come hang out with us. We go live for about 2 hours. I work on who knows what. Sometimes we continue to work on a quilt. Sometimes we start a new project. It just depends on what I feel like that day. And I'm also active on Instagram and sometimes on TikTok every now and again. It's not my biggest platform, but I sometimes go live on there as well. So join me over there. You can always visit my website, offkiltercrafterian.com, and check out all the fun and excitement that I'm up to in all the different places. And don't forget about the quilt cruises. Come join us in Alaska and New Zealand, and more to come on some exciting ones here that are land-based in the US.
All right. And Jen says, you were shaking your booty, Ian.
I was shaking my booty.
Jen says she was going to Spotlight. Have a great evening. All right, everyone. Remember, my next live will be Tuesday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, and see everyone there with all my crocheting friends, who some will happen to be quilting buddies too. And remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with all that? You make something beautiful, or you go do something beautiful for someone to put a smile on their face, because you never know, a smile might change someone's life. So good night, everyone, and have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
Cool.
There we go.